I've been tossed overboard.
I'll have to bill you extra for my time.
Welcome to the show. You look incredible, like a dessert that owns a yacht.
That's exactly the vibe I was going for. You know, sweet but slightly out of your tax bracket.
Mission accomplished. How does one even shop for
Gold on my neck, gold on my hand, purple with the stripes, that's the walk of a man. Sidewalk shining, city lights humming, every step I take, they know a boss is.
Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
Flexing screenshots, fake stats, big talk. Gucci on a credit card, living in the TikTok. VPN hero, keyboard De Niro. Whole team zeros, but you swear you some pharaoh. You so air in a jar, flip fast, get rich. DM full of victims, you just scroll and switch. You ain't built an empire. You fishing in the kiddie pool, playing with retirements, bragging like you really cool. Wow! Now you fumbled that bag. Heavy bass hit every time that you brag. Screens got receipts and the memo hit tag. That umbrella guy came swinging with the drag. You ran that scared, thought you never get tracked. Now your face looped up in the meme on black. Whole timeline laughing while you fold collapse. That umbrella guy just wrecked your ass. You an investment coach, but your math don't math. Turn trust into dust, turn cash into ash. You was laughing at the loss, every life that you drain. Now a clip on repeat shows your whole fake chain. He pulled dots, dropped dates, sync them with the live stream. Chat say yikes, every comment the crime scene. Pause, zoom, play. Now the mask on crooked, you in shadow in the dark. You a clown caught looking. 56K, now you fumbled that bag. Heavy bass hit every time that you brag. Screens got receipts and the memo hit tag. That umbrella guy came swinging with the drag. You ran that scam, thought you never get tracked. Now your face looped up in the meme on blast. Whole timeline laughing while you fold collapse. That umbrella guy just wrecked your ass. You was catch me if you can, now it's that's not me. But the voice, same laugh, same cheek, white tee. Thought the net forgets, now the net remembers. Turn the fraud into folklore, pin you like a member. 56, now you fumbled that bag. Heavy bass hit every time that you brag. Screens got receipts and the memo hit tag. That umbrella guy came swinging with the drag. You ran that scam, thought you never get tracked. Now your face looped up in the meme on blast. Whole timeline laughing while you fold collapse. That umbrella guy just wrecked your ass.
What's up? How's it going today? Lynette Preston has just dropped a video on us. Did you know that, folks? That's right. She just dropped a video, a 4-minute video on us. just hit on Facebook. Probably from the look of it, I haven't even listened to it yet. Haven't even had that chance, folks. But I'm going to guess that it's about the person that came over. You know, the, oh my God, I don't have a blessing box. He was peeking through my ratty ass fence. I mean, oh my God, we're definitely covering this, but just some of the highlights. Check this out, guys. Every day, man. Every day's a holiday. Oh yeah, I saw somebody say that they thought they were taking the day off. Yeah. Look at the post, like open it all the way up. I said I was taking some time off YouTube, so you know I'd be back tomorrow. that would I posted it last night, you know. So I posted it before the midnight. So with your time zone, maybe that's confusing, but I was just messing with you. I never take days off. Oh my God, this is gonna be so fun. Oh my God, I'm feeling it. Oh, thank you all for being here, by the way. Check this out. Did you like the new song, by the way? That was so while Shizzy was on, the fun thing about was not only did I cover, but I made that music video while I was I'd already worked on everything with it except for the video. I already had the song, and I was like, man, it's going to take me about 4 hours of video clipping to make that thing. And guess what? We had a 4-hour live stream. So awesome. Oh, check this out, though. Look, we got a video. Lynette Preston, 4 minutes. So we will cover this in its entirety. But I was looking. She's like, look, he's looking through our property. Look at this, dude. Look at this fence. Holy crap, Lynette. You guys supposedly spent $4,000 for this mess. Look at this, lady. God, look at how it's not connected to anything. Holy crap, Lynette. I jumped through. I haven't listened to this at all, by the way. She just put this up like 30 minutes ago. So I was like, man, she put this up right before I go live. I would have... I know, look at that. I mean, that is monstrous. It's got like a nail there too. Here, I'm gonna blow this picture up for you. All right. I'm taking a screenshot. I'm gonna show it to you. And like I said, we're gonna watch this video for sure. But look at this. Okay, I'm gonna show you a picture of it first. I've got it locked in. That's good. We'll come back to it in just a second. Oh, I loved all you folks today, by the way. Appreciate all of you here. Look at this. Look right here. Look, it's not connected to anything. It's just got random nails sticking in it. Look. And look. I mean, my God. You don't have to try to look through. My God. Was that supposed to be a hinge at one time? Look at this thing. The Great Wall of Otter Creek it's seen better days. I'm gonna say, my God, what is that? It looks like a melting broom. What is this? What the fuck? It looks like a broom that's been set on fire. It looks like one of those dolly paintings, you know, with the melting clocks in the desert. Holy shit, what is going on in this place? It looks like somebody took a flamethrower to it. Give me a second. Look, this is what it reminds me of. Oh my God. It reminds me of one of those dolly paintings. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me pull one up for you. You know, with like the melting clocks though and stuff. Check this out. Oh my God, this is so crazy. Look, here we go. Check this out. You know, these paintings where you have melting clocks in the desert and stuff. That's what it reminds me of. It looks like a broom that is it's been visited by a flamethrower. I mean, what in the world? Yeah, Temu broom, maybe. You guys want to see this video though? Are you feeling it? What she's trying to do, you know, another thing, like all the jewelry that's not reported is just like standing clear. God, look at this, man. Look at this stuff too. Look her message. How do we know that's not a blessing box anymore, Lynette? Look, the sign's upside down. How do we know you didn't change it? That's another question. It doesn't matter too if you post items like this and then have out about, God, look at that hole. So there's actually 2 boxes there. That box, the sign is sideways. What does it say? You pick it up? I wonder. God, look at that. But look at the oh man, so who's doing your nails, by the way, Lynette? You know, is that part of poverty? Just curious, but you can see all the jewelry and shit. You know, I mean, again, every time we just see like loads new jewelry, stuff that nothing ever ended up reported to. Sally Beauty, maybe, but still, here's the thing. I get people want to be beautiful. I get it too. It's just, if you're saying that you can't feed yourself or your animals, where do your priorities lie? Look, I've been poor. I've been there. I've had nothing. And you know what? I'll tell you, there were no anything. The thing that you worried about when you're to the point where you're worried about where your next meal comes from, guess what? You don't worry about those little things. You don't. Because it's a terrible way to live. You know, I would not wish it on anybody. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. I'm locking this screen thing in here. All right. Y'all want to see this though? You want to see this amazing video? Oh my God. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know how much of a calamitous cluster riff it is. So give me a minute here. Give me a second. I'm making sure I'm pulling up the chat and I'm making sure that it's up. But I was listening to an audiobook. I was listening to an audiobook by if you hear something in the background, it's an audiobook talking about Pablo Escobar as always. So give me a second. Here we go. You ready for this? I was trying to see you guys here. Yeah, so why is a box? Well, maybe we'll get an answer for it. Who knows? They keep saying this is a UPS box or something. Maybe it's a booster. Maybe it keeps the doors closed. You know? I don't know. Maybe it's to catch wild varmints. I'm not really sure. You like that? That's a nice a southernism too. Varmints. I love it. All right, here we go.
I hope this one ends up coming up with sound. The last one I did didn't have any sound. Okay.
Typical Lynette. The last time I recorded something, the last time she tried to record something for Facebook. Lynette, here's what you do, lady. Record a video and then upload it. This looks like you did a live stream or something. You know what it sounds like when you get that tanging sound, that usually means that you're the tinning. It's a sign that you don't have good connection. You know, you're using Wi-Fi too far. You don't have your 5G don't pick up, whatever. You know, the 2 rats in your phone aren't running fast enough. You record the video first, then you upload it. Just to say that's the best way to do it, Lynette. But it's typical because the last time she tried to live stream, that was back in God, I can't even remember. It's been months and months. That was when she was having her fallout with 2L, and she put up a thing that was supposed to be a live stream, and you had like 8 to 30 seconds come out. She's sitting on a bed. It's very bizarre, but of course we're gonna have some kind of crazy weird thing again. Here we go. Hey, that's what it is. Not standing in the truth. Oh my God, that's how it goes. goes. You know how you end up standing in the truth? You step onto that bucket right there and it falls through on you. Oh, shit. I wasn't expecting this gym today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, God. There we go.
We did one driving up. I had to put it to the trash because, of course, it didn't work. There was no mic. So someone today had to do a video saying that they needed to show our lies and whatever. I'm so over this crap.
They needed to show our lies and whatever. I'm so over it that I'm gonna make video. Lynette, sweetie, there's no camera on the edge. I hate to tell you, lady, but I don't trust anything you say. You know, could somebody have come up there and looked through it? Sure, they could have been anything. They could have been somebody that's trying to drop something off to you. They could have been somebody that wants to repo your vehicle. It could have been anything, lady. You know, so could somebody have stopped to look through there? God, I can see through it back here. I mean, just let's be honest. Lord, I can't believe all those donors put up all that money and this thing looks like shit. God.
Here are our 2 boxes. This is our driveway.
Yeah.
You can see the warning signs. Let me show you. Warning. We're under surveillance.
Okay.
Warning.
What did that say?
Wait.
What did that say? Warning. What? This premises is under 24-hour surveillance by a nosy neighbor. That doesn't say. That's not actually a warning sign. That's you taking shots at your neighbors yet again. That reads like a shot at Hales. That's not a warning. We are surveilling you. That says warning. Let me read it. Warning. This premises is under 24-hour surveillance by a nosy neighbor. What a piece of shit. They're like, I don't want any problems. I don't want anything to do with this. Then every fucking thing they do, they try to gaslight someone into a response. Typical. It's just a warning that they are being. It's like it's a warning that they're being watched. It's not a warning that they're surveilling you, though. It's a warning that they're being surveilled. They're like, we're not rats in a cage, animals.
There's surveillance.
Okay, now that is a 24-hour video surveillance, private property, no trespass. Okay, fair enough. Now, here's the thing, though. Your driveway, when you come up, you can't tell people not to come up and be able to knock or anything else. And you said that those 2 buckets, they're for packages. So within reason, how do you expect somebody? You can't say you can't come here, but also say drop off things in these boxes or leave stuff or pick it up. You know, I'm curious if we'll see that label in them.
Warning. We're under surveillance. Well, we're surveilling. No trespassing. That's our little chicken.
Let me buy again. Their little chicken. Let's see what it says. I can't read the bottom of it. Give me a second. I'm zooming it in. Just give me a second. What I do is take a screenshot of it and I zoom it all the way so I can read it. I can read the top of it, but I can't read the very bottom. It says, "Let me pour you a tall glass of get over it. Oh, and here's a straw so you can suck it up." Again, these people are not drama or anything. That's just, they want it. They make money off of it. Quit lying. Oh my God. You know what bought the fence? Drama. That's what bought it. It bought it. Their drama. Do you know what bought them all that Christmas shit drama. That's what bought it. Burning a guy down, burning his life down. That's what bought it. And more. So get more drama. You know, we don't do that. And yeah, but that's what it says at the bottom. It's a chicken with that on it. Let me see here. I'll show it to you real quick. Let me zoom it in for you, and then we'll continue with the video. I can't believe we got a video today. I wasn't expecting this. This is what the thing says. So if you're looking at it, you know, you can see the, let me pour you a tall glass of get over it, you know? Oh, yeah, that's good, too. Is this a bad message, by the way, Lynette? Just think about it. You told us that the guy that lived on the property was an extreme alcoholic and that he was terrible and he was, let's say, accostive. You know, one of the things I don't usually recommend putting around an alcoholic or jokes about alcohol ever. Oh, and here's you a straw so you can suck it up. Why is the straw going all the way to your chicken's butt? Look, if that's a straw, right? Would you agree this is the straw? Why is it going down? The stuff that I see here after watching people being walked around in dog masks and shit in some of these people's videos, I don't know if I want to know anymore. Oh my God. Help me. I don't think I can take it. I can't make it through this video today. Oh my God, I'm going to die. Oh shit. Now look at that poor chicken. Is giving himself a wine glass enema. It's very weird. Okay. Let me get back to the video. I got tears in my eyes already. We ain't even a minute into this madness. Oh my God. Oh shit, I still have 3 minutes and 30 seconds of this. Okay, I can do it. I got it. Here we go. Wait, 1 second. I got a rater. I'm gonna mute 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Hello, and I was like, no, don't come down here for this. Not with this one. Well, you're hearing about chicken wine glasses. Oh, Lord.
That's fun. Okay.
Yeah, that's
here's
fun.
our box.
Oh, that's fun. That's really fun. All right, here's the boxes.
We do not do a blessing box right now. We haven't for many, many, many months. As you can see, it's empty. That is because we have been put in a position that we can no longer afford to do the blessing.
Oh, I wonder who we're going to blame for that one. But you could afford it before? How the fuck were you affording it before, Lynette? All your lawyers have come free of charge, right? She said to me, by the way, and she said this to others, that the reason that she stopped her build and all of that stuff was because court costs, or I'm sorry, lawyer costs. I said court costs, lawyer costs. And I kept thinking, but your lawyers, one of them just told us in a filing that we read last night. If you have not read that, it was very interesting. He told us that he was pro bono. Now, the others, they have had the money raised for them, right? I mean, we've seen a lot of money come in, and that money, if it didn't go to a lawyer, well, surely it went to lawyers, right, Lynette? Surely. I mean, you raise money specifically for lawyers. So again, I'm curious, like, what's changed in your circumstance? Winn-Dixie, you're not putting out Winn-Dixie food? Because you weren't paying for that, correct? Now, she does have a very lengthy diatribe about all this stuff too, which I'll show you in a minute.
Box, unfortunately. One of these boxes is for FedEx, Amazon, whatever. They can put it in either or box. The sign that I supposedly switched. Oh my.
What the shit? Is that a sign? It looks like it's written on human skin or something. It looks like the Necronomicon, bound in human flesh. Shit, it does. Oh my God, it really does. It looks like. How is this real? I mean, can you? Oh Lord, I'm gonna zoom in on it. What did you write that on tissue paper? Shit. It really does look like one of those horror movie props, though, doesn't it? Look at all the stuff on her wrist there. I mean, look at that. God, I'm going to zoom in on this and see if we can read anything on it. If it's words, maybe it's coded. What? What? I'm confused. I feel like I've been pumping. Oh, I know what it is. I know what this is. I've got it for you. I've got the answer. I've got to show you, though. I've got the answer, guys. You ready? So check this out. What do you think that is? Best guess wins, and then I'll tell you what I think it is. Okay. Best guess. I'm curious what you think it is. I see some funny answers. Oh, I gotta switch over to all comments. Give me a second. Oh my God, this is so crazy. Let's see, that's on top chat. I need all messages. There we go. Cardboard, adoption papers. No, look, I got it for you. It's just imagine here. It's Cook's crotch wrappings. You know, all of his wrappings that go from his knee to his crotch. That's what it is. They've been set outside and they've weathered enough that they've hardened into strips. You can use them like what is it? Papyrus. Lay it out. It's back in Egypt, and they would write on papyrus leaves. It's the same thing. Oh my God. She's gonna be carrying them. They're gonna harden them all. She's gonna be carrying them like over a hill, like Otter Creek Moses coming down with the 10 Commandments. It's gonna be the Otter Creek Commandments. Thou shalt give us Winn-Dixie. That's number one. I got you. Thou shalt not put anything in our boxes. They're not blessing boxes. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha, Lynette. Gotcha. I understand now. Oh my God, this is fucking crazy. Okay. I'm going back. God, I thought maybe there were words on it or something, but there's not.
My God, criminal act is.
Look, there's nothing on the other side either. So. My God, what in the world has happened? This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's written on the skin of the last person who tried to get something from the blessing box. Oh, it reminds me of Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. You know, when the guy with the chopper, he said, if you've never seen it, this won't make sense to you. But if you have, it's an old enough movie. I figure a lot of you probably have. You know, when the guy who has the chopper, he sets out the snake as a trap. He's like, nobody's ever beat the snake before. That's what they do. They open it up. There's a snake inside. They're like, oh, we're eating well tonight. Anyway.
Destroyed. There's nothing on it. It says nothing. There's no flipping any signs. There's no doing anything ridiculous.
Why the shit do you have that hanging on there, Lynette? Honestly, like a legit question. Why do you have a piece of weathered garbage paper sitting on a box outside your home? Here's another question, too. You said that was a UPS drop-off box. Why the fuck would UPS assume that you're out in the middle of nothing, right? I mean, there's not a lot there. Why would they assume that they're going to open up a random box by this janky-ass fence and that they should put packages inside of it? What? Because that was their answer. Their answer was like, it's a UPS drop-off box, FedEx. Why would they think that? Oh, Lord. I mean, if you were the UPS dude to drop some, what are you supposed to do with this mess? Throw it over the fence? Actually, you could shove it through the hole in the fence, I suppose. I mean, really? What in the world, dude? All right, let's continue.
As you can see, my gate is set.
Oh my God, tomorrow night we were going to show this to Megan. She is missing out. So this is amazing. We have it downloaded, by the way. Megan will definitely have to see this.
Back. Okay?
Wait, I missed what she said. Here, let me go back. I'm sorry.
Anything ridiculous. As you can see, my gate is set back.
Set back? oh, you mean it's away from the road. I see what you're saying. I was like, a setback. Like, yeah, it's set back. All right. Like, it is jacked up. That's not what she meant. She meant set back from the road. I gotcha. Don't use words I don't. I'm not sure what you mean, Lynette. That fence looks like it's had a lot of setbacks. Oh God. You know what I love about this? Stupid mofos like only me paid thousands and thousands of dollars for this piece of shit fence, where they stuck, look at it, they stuck 10 on top of it and giant garbage bags because they were too dumb to build it tall enough. They didn't go in and they didn't think, hey, the road is more elevated than the ground down here, so we need to build it a little taller. Nope. They did what any dumbass would do. Yeah, that is some rednecking right there. That is some redneck ingenuity. I swear to God. I've seen it all my life, too. So, you know, oh, Lynette. Here we go. I got it. I'm good. All right, here we go.
Okay? It's because the gate is fully on our property.
Oh, that is a good question, actually. You know, thank you, Emmy. All of you, thank you, too. Thank you for supporting there. Yeah, I mean, there's great questions here, you know. So here, like, oh, I see Hazel. Look, these questions right here. Like, she got money for online shopping? Wait, she's getting deliveries and shit? If she can't afford food, how can she afford Amazon? Yeah, that's a good question, too. That is very good. Also, why is she at the flea market? Wait, is there a flea market on Sunday? Is there a flea market on Sunday? I don't know. That's a legit question. I really don't know, you know? Yeah, be professional. Professional. You know, you can tell I'm feeling better because I freaking... I haven't died yet. I haven't died yet. Yes, this is actually a good statement by Yeedy. This is what I pointed out the other day too. She doesn't realize that the no trespassing signs, even though the gate is recessed, the trespassing signs cover beyond the gate. That's right. So when the guy walked up, he wasn't trespassing. Plus, again, you think about it anyway, there is no way for anyone, well, you know, whether they're process serving, checking again for repos, they're curious, you know, they want to see the tourist mecca that is the Great Wall of Otter Creek. I mean, for whatever reason that they're there. Again, do not go to these people's homes. They may pew-pew, you know. They've been talking about it, by the way. They have. They've been talking openly about pew-pewing people. So, you know, don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm making it very clear. I don't recommend that for anyone anyway, but I especially do not recommend it for this. Okay? Oh, here we go.
Anyone trespasses from this pole to the gate, they are on our property. That's trespassing. So the man that...
No. Actually, Lynette, you're not right. Again, you have no way to get a hold of you, lady. People can walk up to your fucking fence. They can try to get your attention. You built a fence there. How does this not make sense? How in the world? You think about this. Let's just say, set any kind of law, everything aside, and think about this reasonably. They built a giant freaking fence around it. Now, people cannot enter your fence. That is 100%, right? They can't enter with property after your trespass signs are put out, whatever. But with this, if the UPS man could walk up there and put that in, which they say, and either, which box too? You know, when they say a box, which box are they talking about? That's a good question as well. How can you say that these people are trespassing on your property? When you recessed it, you actually gave them more area where they could walk in. You can't just say, oh, well, we put this indention here with our fence. You can't walk up here. We can pew pew you. No, that's not how it works, lady. That is not how it works. Oh, I mean, again, how would anybody approach this property otherwise? Just, it's so crazy. Like, just think about it logically.
Came onto our property, who was just a fan from the crap next door.
How do you know that?
Filmed through.
Maybe he's a fan of you. You guys have gone out and said that person was a monster so many times and all these terrible things. Maybe, number one, maybe they're a fan of you. You all have a show every night where your PR team talks, right? You all have raised in excess of $100,000 over there. So you all obviously have fans. You can't say, after you've raised $100 grand, you can't say that you are not a limited purpose public figure, at least. There is no way. You are definitely a public figure too. And on top of that, what if it's just somebody that, again, even with that, okay, let's go with viewers online, if nothing else. You know, there's so many different things they could be. But with that, what if they're just some person that's seen this whole mess? They're not a fan of any of you. They just wanted to see what the fuck is going on. You know, because you people keep putting out videos and you talk like your PR team. By the way, your PR team used to go live. If you go back, they used to go live 7 days a week. They'd go live for sometimes 8 hours a day, which again, you can go live as long as you want, but they'll go live all that time. And, you know, the money flowed in and they pulled some decent numbers back when. Now, again, I think some of them for sure, a good hunk of them are Hale's fans, but you had people that gave money, big money. Money sways too. Money will also, if there's money in there, when you say a giant donor walk in, a lot of other people are like, ooh, get rich time. You know, I'm on this side. Maybe he'll throw me a few table scraps. So, I mean, how do you eliminate those people? Anyway, look at all that jewelry, by the way. Again, I'm not commenting on quality or anything else. I'm just saying, considering nothing was reported to the bankruptcy at all. Give me a second. Let's zoom in on that too. I want to see all the jewelry showcases. Let's look at this one. Give me 1 second. Thank you, Yeetie, by the way. I thought that was good. Yeah. Love her daddy tattoo. Indeed. Indeed. Oh, yeah. AAC stock. Thanks for the 5. I'm going to hit everyone there. Yeah. Could we have more consistent live streams with Tug, Megan, Jeremy, George? The one the other night was pure comedy gold. Well, you know, the only problem for the Hales, I mean, if they wanted to do something anytime, but they work. Like, you have no idea. It is hard to line up stuff with them. You know, we just worked out that day. But they are usually, let me show you this right here, by the way. They're usually working all the time, you know? But yeah, it was fun. I had a lot of fun, like goofing off the other night there. I also like on there again, it took all the, I remember the Fats making fun of the women that watch What the Hales. They said things like, I very well remember them saying this. They talked about like women's arms and they said, look, I bet all these women have mud flaps under their arms, you know, making fun of their body structure and everything else. And it's like, wait a minute, these people look, they look just like they described to make fun of. So being able to make fun of them with the same words that they utilized and then them throwing a fit over it, it's kind of a show point in hypocrisy. you know, because I don't give a shit how you look, folks. if you're skinny, fat, what? I don't give a shit. I don't care, you know. But you can't be a hypocrite about it, you know. You can't be like, you can't talk about poop all the time and get mad when someone calls you the poo-R team, you know. Well, look, anyway, here's all these. What in the world? Ugh. Is that what that says? Daddy? D-A-D-D. Yeah, oh, yeah, there's a Y. You're right. I was like, I-E. Oh, yeah, no, that's a Y. I got you. I got you. Okay. Yeah, I thought about having my name tattooed on my arm because I forget it sometimes. I'm just playing it. I was gonna go memento. I was gonna start tattooing my name there. Tattooing like you know, phrases and stuff. Hey there. Oh yeah, hey there. How you doing?
This corner. He filmed through this part of the gate right here, and I don't know where else he filmed.
Do you have proof of that, by the way, Lynette? Again, we have a very grainy video that, again, showcases. I'm not calling you a liar either, Lynette. I'm glad you put up a video. You know? You should, you know what? Instead of having your PR team talk about everything, maybe you should put up videos. You just got to be careful about what you talk about. You can make your own money. You could already be monetized by now. You should put this on your YouTube channel, lady. I mean, you'd be making money. Holy crap. That's the thing. They've allowed these other people that, you know, their dumpy PR team to freaking make that money. Let me see. Where is that freaking video? God, there's so much. There's the fence video. Okay. When they show it to us, all right, because she's talking about the fence video here. When she shows us the guy, I mean, the guy does walk up on the fence for sure, but we can't tell what he's doing. I can't believe y'all didn't set up a video like camera to catch right against your fence, you know, against the surface of it. I mean, if you're setting up something, you definitely want that, right? Here, let me show you. This is the guy when he walks up. This actually, I want to show you this part where they're talking about what he does. Okay, you can just watch. I'm not going to interrupt it. I'm going to let him go from the parking around to the fence. We won't watch him walk the whole place, but she's telling you the guy filmed through the fence and stuff. He does stop over on the side and stuff, but we can't tell what he's doing. So I'm going to show you this right here. All right. Now, this is that video. I'm going to just let it play, that part, and then we'll talk about it, okay? And yes, it is moving. This part right here, this is what I want to. So you can see, I mean, he's not there long. And then he walks. I mean, again, if he seems disinterested, you know, he doesn't seem that, like if he were just checking out the place. I mean, look, he sits over here in the corners, but his phone, you know, he maintains his phone over. It's hard to see anything there, but he could be doing anything with it. But again, they've told you, number one, he's filming, and number two, he's attached to Hale. How do you know that? No, just take their word. All right, let's continue. Oh, this thing, man. I wasn't even expecting this video. It's like a gift from heaven. Here we go.
It's ridiculous.
It's
The
ridiculous.
box is sitting in front of the gate, guys, not to be breaking the law or doing something criminal or nefarious. Oh my God. It's because the dog can push the piece of wood that is on the other side of the fence and get out.
Oh my God. Oh my God. They spent, oh geez. They spent how many thousands of dollars? And this thing, all a dog has to do is push its way open. What's there, Ray? Yes, baby. Yes. Yes, baby. All right, close the door, okay? Okay. All right, love you. Sorry. She opened the door. I was like, I gotta calm down for a minute. Yeah, it doesn't shut. A dog can open it. A giant fence. We're not talking about like pushing open your doors, and we're talking about a giant fence is so janky in its making that you have to put something on the outside. You have to put something on both sides of it to try to secure it into place where an animal can't get out. You saw the picture of that dog too. You know, we actually saw it in that video that Travis had up, and we ain't talking about a small dog here. We're talking about a pretty damn big dog. So you're talking about, again, what's the point in this thing? They don't build it high enough. They don't build it well enough. It's rotting. I mean, it looks terrible in it. Good God. Look at the hole in the bottom of it right here. Gosh, it's like it's like a door for rats or something. You know, snakes want to leave, chickens. I mean, anything can get in and out. Turtles. I don't know. I wonder how big of a turtle could fit through that hole. Could a 200-pound turtle? Inquiring minds want to know.
And so, see the wood, how it's laying down back there? Yeah. We don't want the dog to get out. So when we leave.
So you should have built it better, Lynette. My God. You know, she talked a lot of shit about the building process and stuff. I mean, she did. These people, they know. They know it was built terribly. The people that they brought in, remember too that part of the people they brought in, even if they don't claim to be quote unquote contractors at the time, they do contract work, or they did. They got in trouble for it, but they did do contract work, passing themselves off as contractors. Now you understand why people sued. Oh my God, holy Lord! I cannot believe some of this stuff is real. Lynette, I'm telling you, lady, you all had enough money to bring in real contractors. You could have brought in a contractor. You could have brought in someone who knew how to build a privacy fence instead of just a bunch of losers and degenerates, you know, that probably, I don't know. I don't even want to guess what they've done. When you talk about a dog getting loose, by the way, you are talking about the dog you own. You're not talking about a dude dressed up in a mask, right? I'm just curious. I have seen some of these people. They're not still there on the property, right? Okay, here we go.
We put the box in front of the hole. Sorry, so that the dogs can't get out if the gate blows. See how the gate blows?
Oh my God. Oh my God. It doesn't even secure with it. Oh my God. Lynette, lady, I could fix this for you like that. Lady. I'm going to be really nice in this. No, I'm not. I'm actually not going to tell you how to fix it. I was going to tell him how to fix it. I'm like, no, maybe I won't tell him how to fix it. It's funnier when we get videos like this. I mean, again, you think of all that money that people paid, and the only thing holding this piece of shit together is a plastic box. What's in the box? Let's watch that again. That was amazing. Watch this. Whoa. Watch this.
Oh, sorry.
Like
So that the dogs can't get out if the gate blows.
Look at
See how
that.
the gate blows?
The gate blows. There's barely any breeze there. Oh my God. And what is up with this messed up, like janky as latch and stuff too? They were tying it. Oh, that's what that thing I thought was a broom is. It's a shitty ass piece of wood, and it's a tie. Like a, oh my God, but it's blue. It's blue. You know what that means? They probably thought if blue tape fixes everything. They saw our commercial, you know. They saw our commercial. Let me show it to you. You know, they caught this. Police are zombie problems. Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing.
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yay! And they were like, you know what? We don't have any blue tape, but blue rope. Blue rope works, right? Oh my God, I love it. This is amazing. Yeah. they got him a little 2x there. I really did think that was like a jacked up broom when I first saw it. What is that down there in the ground, right by the time bar, you know, right in the middle. Either that is jacked up. It looks like an old pancake, or like a flattened out turtle. Oh no, it's not, is it? Please God, don't let it be. Oh, don't have to feed it anymore. No more $1 a day. Excuse me. Let's continue.
Gate is broken, so we have to tie it shut.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that what that thing's supposed to be where her hand is? By the way, we can see the rings and the fingers. Oh, yeah. Again, I'm not trying to be a jackass in this. These people are saying, though, a lot of times we can't afford taxes. We'll be kicked off our property. We can't afford food. You know, that's when every luxury goes out the window. When it does, nails, anything. But let's look at the rings. Let's check those out. I gotta zoom in on that one. Pulling it up right now. We can see all the rings. You know, the things that weren't reported, that somehow in some way they all belong to all this belongs somehow to the turtle rescue. How? I'm not really sure. But look, actually, there looks like there might be some different ones in there. Yeah? Look at that. Huh. Well, that's interesting. None of that, by the way. None of it was reported as personal property for the bankruptcy or anything. Maybe it's John Cook's. You know, John Cook's like, I'm so pretty. I'm so pretty. You better not be trying to claim that as the kids or anything either, because that doesn't belong to the. You're wearing it. I mean, how does that work? Oh yeah, dude. Do I want to? I have a mold to make the same melt. Do I want a melting clock? Heck yeah. Oh yeah, I did. I mentioned this yesterday, by the way, about the Megan colors, red or black, one or the other. That's what she told me. I didn't get it before the stream was over though, because you know she was going off and probably was resting or something. But yeah, that would be awesome. What color? I don't know. You decide. You decide. You look at it and be like, what fits a tug the best? Maybe you could do like can you do it in 2 colors? Can you do it in red and white? Like the umbrella melt? That'd be awesome. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. Anything can make it through the fence too. If a dog can make it through, a kid could make it through. And they've talked about the kid playing by themselves. I'll tell you, I don't trust my child to go outside by themselves ever. They don't. I also have an older kid at 12. They can go into the backyard if I'm over here. The only time I wouldn't be outside, I have a glass door. If I'm sitting right here, if I could see them, they're okay. But I've had a feel for the world around me. You know, like I said, I worked in mental health. I saw how many awful human beings are out there. Actually, in Otter Creek, they should have had plenty. You know, it's weird too. I don't understand. They say that there's these terrible people across the street and all of this other stuff, you know, and they're afraid somebody's going to try to nab their babies, you know, and which, again, I feel like that, not because of people across the street or anything, just because there's a lot of creeps out there, you know, but, how would you let them play out? And again, if a dog can get out, kid could probably get out. That's not safe, Lynette. You know, you could fix that, or you could have raised a little bit of hell about it. You could have been like, look, all that money, this ain't fixed. You know, all that extra money, Lynette, went in Lisa's pocket, right? She said that. She said once it was put up, you see, no wonder they did this janky ass build on this this freaking thing, because once it was done, then they get to keep all the extra money. Here, I'm putting this video back up here. But yeah, I mean, that's a good point. You know, if a freaking dog can get out, then a kid can get out. That's dangerous, Lynette. You need something that closes that. All jokes aside for just a minute, you should have something in place. You could go over to freaking Walmart and get something that slides over that and just closes it off. Or to Home Depot or to Lowe's or whatever you have near you. You could fix this problem for under $20 easily. You could fix the problem with your fence moving back and forth. Go and ask somebody at Home Depot what you need, or Lowe's. Because I'm not going to help you with what you need. I'll never help you again because you're a liar. You're an absolute liar. We've never talked. Oh, by the way, Lynette, folks, I got something new for you. I got a so not only did Lynette Preston message Tina asking for give me 1 second, asking for there it is. Lord. I got a treasure trove here. This is amazing. So all the messages that they were put in from the Facebook Messenger, those things, they are not calls or anything. That is somebody leaving you a message, and that there's no expectation of privacy on it. Guess who has all of those? Daddy Tug. That's right. I got them all. One of them is really, I mean, there's a bunch of them that are really interesting, but one of them is really interesting in the fact that it's Lynette Preston asking for contact for me because she's wanting to know if I'll help her get a hold of only me to pay for the Ohio lawyer. Now, that's interesting because, again, she denies ever making contact or ever wanting to make contact, but there is a voice message with her talking about it. Oopsie. But there's a bunch of them, you know. Oh, it's all amazing. It is all quite amazing. So Tina, oh man, there's a smorgasbord. I've got them on there. By the way, Tina, it's like, hey, I've been going through all this stuff. What's there? If you want it, let's do it. Here we go. Let's continue.
And that is what the box is for. There's nothing nefarious. The fence.
Who said it was nefarious, though? Now, whoever said that the box was something nefarious, what people said is it's a blessing box. You had a blessing box out before. In fact, your PR team made a huge deal about it. So it had been talked about everywhere. So even if you took a sign off of it, there could be people out there that mistakenly think that this box here, that's exactly what it's for, you know? So you can see how that'd be a problem. But nobody said it was nefarious. I'm just saying, hey, this box. Now, again, it would be a mixed message if you put out a box there, you know, that is utilized for that. Again, you got to remember that Lynette and people in the 2L chat were talking about pew-pewing people that came up to the fence. First of all, you can't do that. They are not. You're going to end up taking out a UPS driver or something. It's going to be very bad. But on top of that, too, you can't be brandishing, threatening. I don't know. In Otter Creek, maybe you can, actually. Unfortunately, you can't. But what do they do about it? But anyway.
Is to block us from all of those cameras.
Wait.
Wait.
Wait, what? What? The box is to block? Wait. I'm confused. Here, let's hear that again.
So we have to tie it shut.
Uh-huh.
And that is what the box is for. There's nothing nefarious. The fence.
Oh, the fence.
Is to block us from all of those cameras.
From all of those. But you have cameras, lady. Like, this is what I don't get here. Oh, camera bad. Okay, but you have cameras. And you know what? I'd have cameras everywhere because I wouldn't trust your asses. You know what's the difference here? Like, you've called in fake reports about the people across the street. I watched one, and I know you guys watched Travis's lives. How do I know? Because you went in his chat and tried to freaking talk to him. How did you know it was live? Well, I wonder. I wonder indeed. But there's nothing blocked off over there. Everybody and their mother can see it. But yeah, fuck yes, I would put cameras down. But these people, they're not yelling, Lynette, take your cameras down. I mean, Lynette has cameras. So again, this is a case of other people have them bad. We have them good. Oh, nut jobs, man.
The camera up on the dead tree, the cameras by the flag on that pole that says Tube Town, the cameras under the Tube Town basketball thing, the trail cam that is right there on the fence.
She said, like, oh, the camera's in the birdhouse. It sounds like a game of Clue, you know. Jeremy, if you hear this, you know you can buy, or Travis, you know you can go out and get dummy cams, right? Like you can get, they're pretty cheap. You can get some that look like old 1980 cameras. Actually, I have a couple of those. You know, they're just like plastic. But you can get these little dummy like hollow cams, and I mean they cost absolutely nothing. You should get like 80 of those things and just put them everywhere. You know, like that tree has sprouted cameras. That's what I would do. They are obsessed too. You notice they have an obsession with the people across the road. Man, you know what the difference is, though? The difference is the guy who owns that property across the road has a protective order against you, Lynette. And you guys like to go out on the road, record that property. See, you'll all use the road too. Even though we will talk about the road, you can record from it. No, you can't do that. It's terrible. We'll record their property from it. John does for sure. I mean, I've seen plenty of videos of John standing out in the middle of the road, especially when like Thomas Collins comes over, acting like some reprobate weirdo. Oh, these people, man. It just kills me. There's a camera. There's a camera. Well, you've got cameras too. In fact, you know the difference is I never had Hales be like, hey, you want some footage? I've never had that. Never in my life had them be like, but you know what? Maybe that's because I'm not a PR team. The Beardoom. The Beardoom.
That is why we have a fence. And because of all of the people that drive by and
prove there are people that drive by all the time, by the way. I realize people drive by. It's a road. But prove they're connected. You know, there's a really funny thing that happens in one of the videos that the Fats recorded. They had people just driving down the road, you know, when they were there, and they were like, oh, these people here, they're watching us. They're connected to Jeremy Hales. And if you zoom in on the people, you know, they're pretending these people have stopped to watch them. It's because they're trying to get down this narrow ass road, and you can only get one car down it. You know, that's a problem. I used to, I got a real feel for country roads. My uncle, I've talked about him before, raised soybeans, and I would go down there every now and then. And he decided one year to let me drive his combines, which was crazy and fun, right? Well, his private fuel tanks, there was a problem. I can't remember what. Out of fuel, but something else. I don't remember exactly what happened. I don't know if it was out of fuel, whatever. But he's like, drive up here to this one place in the combine and get more gas. I'm like, oh God. So I drove a combine. You know how big those things are. I drove it down a road, and I got a real feeling for how tiny those roads are, you know, because combine doesn't have brakes or anything. So I got a real feeling for how tiny they are. And I never underestimated how tiny a freaking road is like that. Now, those trucks that like Hales drives around in, obviously they're not like combine size, but they're big vehicles. You know, some of these people, when they drive around, you saw a van. I believe that was what it was. It was a van that had to pull over and couldn't let 2L and a van go through there at the same time. These people, man, they are thinking that anybody that drives down these roads, they're stalking them, you know. Meanwhile, these people, they can't take that feeling and apply it to the people next door, how they would feel. You know, when these folks are giving footage, admittedly, to people that have nothing to do with them. I mean, admittedly. Let's continue.
film us like circus animals.
Like
who could live like that?
Wait. So those cameras are filming you like circus animals, but when you film them, or you film people that are going by, and you give it again to random folks to harass, not random, rather. Let me take that back. You give it to people that are not near, they have nothing to do with you as far as family, living on the property. They have something to do with you as far as PR team, apparently. But you say other people are filming you and making you feel like a circus animal. Again, you talked about keeping hundreds of videos of Hales and his employees driving down the road. You all accidentally jump cut it, some random person driving over, and use that as part of your proof that this person turned around in Hale's property or something. It's so nuts.
We don't want to live like this. We don't want nothing to do with any of it. We want left alone. We want our little girl to write on the driveway or here or the road.
What? You want your kid to drive? There is no way in hell that you should let your kid ride around. Your kid is 6. I have a 6-year-old. I'm going to tell you, my kid doesn't make the best decisions sometimes. She is a smart kid, but she's 6. You know, that's why the parent makes the decisions. But she's talking about wanting her child to ride around in the road. There is no way that you think about this road. We have watched cars try to drive down it, and there's no room to go anywhere. A little kid on that road, you're going to go Pet Cemetery style. You can get a child hurt there. You don't send them out in the road to ride around. My God, a 6-year-old. That is insane to hear, Lynette. Listen to me. Don't do that. Oh, my God. Again, nobody contact Lynette over anything here. I myself am trying to appeal with you as a parent. Do not do that. all jokes aside, I don't want to see a headline about your child. And this is how you cause one. You all don't watch your child enough. I know that. How do I know that? Because I've heard you talk about it. I heard you with John Cook when Volpe interviewed, and you were like, you need to go check on her and see what she's doing. Wait. Oh, no, you need to go find her and see what she's... Find her. So you didn't know where she was at, and you didn't know what she was into. And you're talking about riding around to the road and stuff. God, man, your kid's going to get hurt that way. And I don't want to see that headline. Oh, God, man, that's frightening, dude. Like this stuff, this video is funny, but that part really, like I said, as a parent with a kid that age, I know how my kid is. My kid, they understand stay away from the road. But at the same time, you watch them because they get involved in whatever they're doing. Like, she'll chase a butterfly, or she'll want to be helpful and go to the mailbox with me, and she's not thinking about it. So, I have to make sure that she's thinking about it. I have to think about it. And she's not going to play in the road. They used to talk about Hales driving down through here. And again, I'm not saying this is true, but they would say that Hales would fly down through there, like 80 miles an hour. You're going to have your kids on a bike or walking around or doing God knows what. No, Lynette, don't do that.
We want her to ride her Jeep. We want her to be able to play, but half the year she can't do that. And that's sad. So now you see, nothing nefarious, nothing illegal.
Nobody
nothing
said it was
wrong.
illegal.
We're just simply trying to keep the dog in, and those are the boxes for FedEx.
Who said it was illegal? Now they're boxes for FedEx. Now that's what they are. Now, again, there's no marking on the so-called FedEx box. So how would FedEx know that too? If I'm a FedEx driver, I'd be like, hell no, lady. I ain't reaching my hand in there. You got an opening on it too. If you look at those boxes, you see the opening on the front? That right there is big enough for a snake to climb into. For sure. I've seen snakes climb into a lot less. That right there is how you get somebody bit. So, I'm not saying that's nefarious either, Lynette. But if you're going to put out something, first of all, there should be something written on it. You could write it on the box. You could use paint, whatever. It'd be like FedEx, package box, whatever. But take that freaking hole away from the front too. If you just leave it laying out in the middle of Florida, I mean, God, a Florida man might climb into it and live in it. Who knows? Oh, shit.
There's nothing criminal or whatever going on.
Or whatever.
So those of you that think so, I feel bad for you.
Who thinks there's something criminal going on? I mean, you folks, do you think there's something criminal going on with the fence? I'm really, for real. Like I want, for you folks, when you've listened to people talk about it, have you gotten the message that somehow there's criminality? What we have talked about is if you have a blessing box and you have trespassing signs, that right there, that is entrapment. You can't tell somebody to come up and do something then. You also, even if you don't have that, you can't threaten to harm people that come up to your fence right at your driveway. Because again, it could be anything there. You have no way. You know what's weird about this too? With it, they were saying that the dude that came up was messing with their mail, checking it out. But if you also look, that was part of the narrative as well. But if you look at the video too, like that does not happen. Like he looks over at the thing, but you can see quite a bit in the shadow. They were like, he's messing with. I would love to see video of that to prove it, because he's off camera. When he walks over and we lose him off camera from 134 in that video I showed you to, we can see him pop back on camera at 146. So he has 12 seconds that he is off in the corner. Now, You can't have it both ways. They said, here, let me show you this. Actually, I think this will make more sense. Let me show you. There's been a narrative of all this thing this guy's doing. She just said he was recording through the fence. Oh, she's coming down the steps. Give me a minute. Hey, kiddo. I heard you. Hey, what's up? You need to keep an ear out. You know? Wait.
Is this my phone on the floor?
Yeah.
This is going to be my next story.
Okay. Hey, you don't have to listen to the thing anymore, by the way. No visitors right now, okay? So oh, that's cool. Can you save it that way?
Yeah. Boom.
Okay.
It comes right here. Look, it's very tiny because I had to make it tiny.
Where'd you get those words from? The letters?
Look.
Where do you get the letters from? Oh, you just type them in? Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay. Well, yeah, good boy.
I had to delete a point so I could put I never joke Alina.
That's cool. I like that. That's very cool.
That's my next story.
Yeah.
So I can remember it.
Yeah. I love you. Hey, can you do me a favor real quick?
Yeah.
Come here for 1 second. I got to go grab something out of that room right in there. Can you talk for 1 minute? Here, just stand right. You don't even have to put the headphones on. Can you just talk to them for 1 minute? Can you tell them hi and tell them, what you've been doing?
Yeah, and I've been wanting to steal a story. My first one is.
Yeah, you're making a story, right?
Yeah. I had to delete a part from my new story because I had to put on my iPad so I could remember it.
Yeah, you're making scary stories, right?
Yeah. My first one was a cold night, a breeze, and a mansion. There was a party. One killer. One that knowed it. One that. I liked my story. It was.
Well, you're doing good.
Yeah,
right.
I had to delete a point.
Okay. Well, we have to do that sometimes.
It said, please use broken and I never took Alina. Was the last part of it. I had to delete a part so I could get. I never took Alina.
All right. Well, that's cool. You go have fun with it, okay? Lazy day, like I said.
I'm going to make enough story. Have that.
Okay. All right. Love you. Hey, close my door, okay? She calls it iPad. She has a Kindle, with the kids' Kindles. And she's found that you can put a picture, like you can take a creepy picture, like she'll take a picture with the lights off of something, and then she'll, since her spelling, she can't really spell a lot with it. She'll use the voice to text and put it on there and make like a little story. It's pretty cute how she does that. I had to grab something. Yeah. All right. Hey, close the door for me, okay? Thank you. She's cute with that, though. But anyway, what I was saying with this guy about their story with the blessing box, it's changed. First, they say that he was rifling through their mail. That was the 2L thing. Now, he's supposedly... Oh, thank you, Martin. I appreciate that. I will tell her. I was like, oh, you made something for your story. But this guy, they said he was rifling through that box, but now they're saying he was recording through the thing. And like I said, you don't have time for both. All right. You barely have time for even one of those as part of it. Because look, he walks up, he looks at it. He's like, what the heck? Right. But we lose him. All right. We lose him right here. This is at 134. Now, with this is when they're saying he's recording through the edge of the fence. All right. She just said that. All right. So he has approximately 12 seconds that he is off camera because right now he reappears. Okay. He's going toward the middle here. When he goes toward the middle, we lose him from 148. We can see his shadow. It's right there. He could be, like I said, he could be doing anything. He could be trying to get attention. Could be anything whatsoever. But he walks over to the middle. Again, you can see him there, but we can't see what he's trying to do. But from 148 to about, I'm going to say 205. So you're talking about maybe 17 seconds. So if he's recording and stuff, why didn't he stay longer than 30 seconds total? And also, people brought up a really good point too. You know, they were saying he's fake selfieing, but they keep talking about cameras, right? I mean, here he really does. He does look like, I would love a little bit better picture here, but he really does look like he's trying to take pictures of the freaking tree. Now, again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's we can't see what's on the camera, but if this is a selfie, he's pointing it way far at an angle, like toward those trees. If he's trying to do a selfie, he's not getting the fence in the background. He's getting the trees above him. You know, if he was trying to get the fence in there, wouldn't he walk closer and do this, or hold the camera down lower? And they were like, well, he's trying to record over it. You know, that was another one too, but his angle's wrong. If you're trying to record over it, again, even if he were to, he doesn't hold it all the way up. If he was trying to get a recording over the fence, he could hold his arm straight up and he would have gotten more. So, I mean, the narrative keeps changing on what this dude is doing. But now she's saying people are accusing her of doing something nefarious with her fence. And I don't even understand what that's supposed to mean. You know, she put that in there. It's so strange. Like all of it is so strange. It's already got, by the way, let me check it real quick before it if I'm waiting for it to disappear. I'm curious how many views it gets, you know, because you can check that kind of stuff. I bet it'll get plenty of it. Yeah, so it was a live recording. You know, Lynette went out. She did, by the way, it tells you, so you can see on this that it was a live recording. It marks it. So check this right here. You know, with Facebook Live, it tells you recorded live. So, you know, that's why your voice goes out, Lynette, on it. Again, you don't have to do a live stream. You can upload the video. I mean, if you want to do a live stream, that's fine. But that's why your video keeps jacking up. Yeah. Oh, she's commented on it twice now, too. Let's see what, so she's commented as well. You all want to see what she's writing? Man, this stuff, it's amazing. Oh, Megan, you're missing out. Oh, I gotta take some screenshots. I don't want it to disappear. You know, give me 1 second. I'm screenshotting this, okay? You can see the comments there. So this will be, give me 1 minute. I'm making sure that I get the screenshots that are over on the side, and then we'll read them. Okay, so that's 1A. Let's see, I'll just call that F1A. Let's fence 1A. Let's see, videoing us. God, that's a long one too. She's putting a lot there. No, that is a very long screenshot. I mean, I'm not encouraging you, by the way, Lynette. I'm not putting, man, this whole video is going to be, I'm going to have to change the thumbnail today. I apologize. I wanted to go over the other stuff, but you know, I can't let this go. It's just too amazing. Let's see this. So that one is 3 screenshots long from the way that put that up. We'll see what she says. And again, Lynette, you can post anything you want, you know, as long as you're, you know, with the protective order. You got to understand, you got to get out of the habit of talking about this guy over here. He's the reason we do, you know, you can't be, you're accusing him publicly of things again. Like if she wanted to do a video talking about her fence and talking about people's commentary, cool. Do that, you know, shit. Use you know, in fact, if you want to call someone an asshole or something, you know, you don't have to. You could talk about Travis. You could talk about me. You could talk about whomever with that. But the people that you're not supposed to talk about are Jeremy and George. And you've already got enough problems on that. I'm sorry, I'm screenshot again. I know these days stuff disappears, so I'm grabbing these screenshots because when Megalodonus sees all this, she's not going to believe it. She'll be like, and I don't want any of it disappeared. All right, I'm gonna read these to you now. Sorry. Like I said, I had to get screenshots. All right, here we go. So she wrote, it's over here on the side here. She's put in 2 comments so far. There was another comment. I don't know if it's been removed, but there was another comment. This has already gotten 1,200 views. See, Lynette, it's like this too. I keep telling you, you put this shit on your YouTube channel. All you need, Lynette, is 1,000 viewers, 1,000 subscribers, and 4,000 hours watch time. Now, 4,000 hours sounds like a lot, but those idiots, instead of having your PR team do all your discussing, you could be making the money. And then when people talk about your video like this, it drives more traffic to you. You could be monetized by now, Lynette. And this money problem that you say you have, it wouldn't be there. Hell, you might, you could be making, you got to remember, your PR team has drawn down, just off of super chats and stuff, they've drawn down about $40,000 since this thing started. That's not counting fence or any of that other stuff. That's just off of super chats. And again, no hate on it. You get what you get. I'm just saying, Lynette, the lion's share of that could have been yours. You could be sitting on maybe $200,000 by now. Plus, Only Me would have been yours. He'd have been corrected right to you. He wouldn't have been working through an intermediary. He would have been giving to you. Imagine $200,000, Lynette, instead of losing your property. Let's continue. So she said, I wanted to clarify something before everybody loses their mind today on our cameras. We saw someone drive by very, very slow. They were filming and talking to their camera like they were doing a live or a video, and they were talking about all the things I addressed in my video. Do you have video of that? Are you going to post it? Because she's saying now that there was another person. She's saying there's another person, and that's why she made a video. That's amazing. So Lynette Preston's story, this wasn't about... She just posted this stuff up, so it's the clarification. It's not about the last guy in his fence. It's about somebody driving by. Wait. They were driving by very, very slow, filming, talking to the camera like they're doing a live video or something. Again, Lynette, you have every right to take... If that exists, you could take the video from it, put it up on your YouTube channel. You could cut the fats out of that. I think that would be funny. You could fundraise on your own, because the next time you'll have a fallout. But I guess you need somebody to blame when you say things about Jeremy Hales. You can't just keep him out of your mouth or keep George out of your mouth. But she's trying to say that it's about someone else. Oh my God. Give me a second there. Let me know. Did you get the comments? Let me know. She's saying, I'm telling some people this. She's saying that this is about a new person. A new person recording her not the other day. All right, good deal. I'm just making sure that that everybody gets this stuff, because again, when you post it too, it can be talked about. And you know what, Lynette? You say people don't put out your side. You know the difference here as well. We cover everything. Like if you say something, we try to cover it. You know, I'm behind now. Granted, I haven't been able to cover all the bankruptcy crazy because there's always something crazy. So there is some other crazy I haven't been able to talk about yet. But we put out your side. We talk about now. I make commentary on. It's transformative. That's what I do. You know, that's what transformative is. You know, but we definitely put your side too. So she said that they were videoing. I saw them videoing us. Were you outside of the fence? And I heard what they were saying to their camera, and I have that video. I was being accused. Put the video up, lady. put it up. I'm trying to keep an eye out for that too. If you've got a video of somebody driving by, then put the video up. Don't say it exists, just do it, you know? And then you call it out. And if you feel that's the thing for a show, sheezy, you know? But she's saying, oh, I was being accused of nefarious activities, that it was lying about my boxes, about the signs. Lying about what with the sign? I don't even understand. What were you supposedly lying? Again, so there's a phantom person that you could hear because they drove by and they were, I demand to see that video. Numerous things, even a park. What? I think in Otter Creek. What? There is no parking in Otter Creek. If there's a park, I've never seen it. I heard somebody saying, why don't you take your kid to a park back when? You know, somebody talked about her taking her kid to a park, but that wasn't on a, I mean, maybe there's a, I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused, guys. I don't know what this is about. This is so crazy. There is no playground. There was an empty backyard behind the town hall with nothing in it. That's it. That's it. That's it. So teach their own. Is that supposed to be to each their own, Lynette? Believe what you want is my reasoning for doing my video. Thank you and have a blessed day. What? Again, Lynette, you're saying that there's some random person that is putting out a narrative that I haven't seen a video of anybody driving by talking about the Great Wall of Otter Creek, or you guys that you know what do we call those people? You have the Otter Creekians out here, right? But the people who live behind the Great Wall of Otter Creek, they're not the Otter Creekians. So we need a term for them. Huh. I have to think about that. And then the people that they communicate with, the Otter Creekians and the rest of the world, they use the PUR team. You see? It's starting to make more sense every day. And also, did the lady that said, I used to have a blessing box, so what? Okay, so somebody commented and said you used to have a blessing box. That's what people are talking about. The reason they say that is because it gives a people, your PR team and you put out the message that those are blessing boxes. You don't have a sign on it not saying it is anymore. Again, you put it out publicly that that's what it was. So for me, whenever, see, I have an association with that. Every time I see that box, that's what I think. And anybody that's, again, seen you talk about this before, that's what they think too. Why does that matter? Because you're talking about ending someone's life because they walked up to your fence. Again, they see the box there. You were saying that they were rifling through your mail. Well, even if they did open it, how do you know that they didn't think that it was your blessing box? That's what I thought it was, you know? LP's talking about Jeremy. Oh, he posted the members only. Okay. Well, no, this second part right here, this is about a woman that left a comment. There was a woman that left a comment. I saw it there, and I think it's been deleted. I don't know. I can't say for sure, but it only shows 2 comments. But there was a comment when it went live. There was another comment on the video, and it talked about the blessing box. So that's what that was about. The other part, if it's about Jeremy, I don't know, man. I can't keep up some days. I think it's crazy because, again, now we find out that this fence that donors gave, they didn't just give thousands. They gave tens of thousands of bucks, which are the FATs. When they said it's done, they put the money in their pocket, right? And some of these donors were like, oh, that makes sense. Well, this isn't done. You have holes in the fence. It doesn't close. Like, look at the giant hole. Like, I can see through it from here in this picture. Right here, I can see through it. That's not a privacy fence, man. The middle itself, I mean, it is messed up. And on top of it, it's got tin all over it. So for them to say that they put together something and then they keep the rest of the money, well, the project, in my opinion, is not done. Look at that. So anyway, let's continue here. We used to have a blessing box. Everyone in our community knows that. Actually, outside of it, too. Outside of it, people also know that. In fact, if a person went to Tubetown and checked that place out, they could. You, again, were asking them to stop by. But you used it as a weapon once before. You guys, or at least John Cook did. I'm going to say, let me rephrase that. He used that because he said when you had the mess with, the man, woman, and child that went by, they went to check out a blessing box that you had talked about. And then suddenly they're confronted with pew-pews. So... Yeah, she still maintains that she didn't put up the signs. Of course, she's maintaining the signs that called him an arpist and all of that stuff. They'd never do that, or she'd never do that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say they, because she did make a statement once throwing John Cook under the bus for sure. Yeah, with that jump cut before the mystery man crossed the street. I wonder why they don't want to be seen. Well, it's also what's weird too in the jump cut. What they did, so this was odd. The FATs, they didn't put out the video of him pulling out. They played this weird game. I was talking about this last night. So in that video, this was their answer. Let me show you something, and then I'm gonna show you a video thing. Okay, so in these pictures they were like, look, he's leaving Tubetown, look at this, right? This car's driving down, it's the right one, you all are liars. But in the video, that's not what they showed. In that video, they actually show 2 different cars. And Shizzy was the first person that I saw pointed out, and I saw people on Facebook. I saw a few people point this out too, but it was wild to see because you can totally tell it's 2 vehicles too. Oh no, this is why that came up. Check this out, because they do a jump cut. See, watch this. You have the car pull up, it pulls in, right? Well, give me a second. It pulls in. God, I hate it where they don't start their video. It pulls in. So you see where it's at. Let's mark it. It's right by the orange mailboxy thing, right? Right here. You can see that. Everybody agree? Orange mailbox. All right. Right at it. It's a little past it, but we're going to use that as a marker. Now, when you roll through, you see the dude, he does his thing. We get a jump cut. Look where this other car is that they're claiming is the same car. Look where it is. The orange mailbox. First of all, it's on the road, but it's backed up. It's also changed. It has different wheels. It has a different design. It is a different car whatsoever. So when they showed it and they put that video out, they utilized 2 different vehicles. And then they tried to use that as proof that this person went down and is somehow, so because, oh, look, that person turns in down here. They're a bad guy. But Again, not the same car for sure. They also, in that video, and the reason the blessing box thing came up is they showed this. You know what's weird too? You know what's really weird about this picture? Do you notice something? I want you to catch this. What's missing in this picture? I want you to Where's Waldo this for me. What's a very important piece that we just heard about that is missing from this picture right in front of you? I'll give you a minute. That's right. That is right. Only one box. So they said that the other box was so important. That place looks like some kind of Temu Mad Max freaking compound too. I can hear like, what was that dude? What was the bad guy in Road Warrior? You know, the guy with the mask on it. I can't think of his freaking name. You know, the guy's wanting to raid the place. He's standing outside and he's like, oh, the oil, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. I could hear him doing narration, you know. Oh, the great wall of Otter Creek. I can hear it behind it going ka-chunk, ka-chunk. The humongous, that's right. The great Lord humongous, that's right. Thank you. God, man, I'm getting old. I can't remember stuff like that. I know, you're like, oh, well, why does that matter, Tug? Because it matters. I should remember it. Yes. The Ayatollah rock and roller. That's right. But that's why this stuff, you know, why there was so much discussion about it before. And I like how they've added to it because, you know, we can't see. Also, look at this picture. Oh, shit, that box is missing there, too. Look at this. Oh, my God, I didn't think about this. It's missing here. The second box is absolutely missing here. How do I know? Well, okay, Shadow Man, we're going to say, the guy walks up, goes to the corner. Yeah. All right. When he walks away, check him out. He's going to pop back up. He's going to walk through the middle of the frame right here. He's not avoiding the box. Look, he's standing there in the middle of the crevice. See it? He's not leaning away or anything. His walk by, I mean, again, if there's a box there, there can't be. Sure, there can't be a second box there, right? No way. Because the way he curves in, again, the way we saw it on that video, I mean, does this matter? Not really, but it does. Like, again, where you see where he's standing. And then when you check out that video, so check this out. It's not in there in that video. They're talking about it being important and everything. But if you look, that would be right in the center. He couldn't walk up there and stand in the middle and supposedly record with it, with that box being there. Now, why is the box important? Well, because they said it's the only thing keeping their dogs and other stuff from getting out. So again, I mean, you know, I don't care if there's a box there, but they're telling me that the janky ass fence can't keep anything in. In fact, actually, let me go back and think about this. Was that box there when, you know, when Travis, when he was pulling up and stuff? You remember the video that Travis had where he was showing their side? I don't remember seeing a box in that. Now I'll have to go back and look and see. Let me see if I've got that Travis video at hand. Just give me 1 second. I can't remember. I know I've got the video. I just can't remember if I've got it like really close. I'm looking real quick. I also have so many damn videos and stuff that it takes me a minute to sort through them these days. You know? Travis Cook filming him. Is that it? Yes, that is it. Okay, let me check it. Give me a second. There's no box there. There's no box there because they'd have to move it. Okay, check this out. So they're saying that box, you know, the box has been there forever in the middle. Again, why does it matter? Because their dog escapes, right? But here's the video where Travis is recording because John Cook rides up and he's recording him. So Travis, you know, smartly records. You can see it. There is no damn there is no damn box in it. So their dog or anything else, anything could escape from there. Look, here it is.
He's recording me.
See the gap? There is no There's no box. Huh. That's weird. And I agree. Anything could escape from that fence. I thought their dog was out there. Isn't their dog on the property too? Travis, I'm going to mute you for a second, brother. Sorry. I just want to record right here. I'm going to see what we see now that we've got another ankle on it. I'm curious. Oh. Don't run away, Travis. I'm trying to see the other box. Damn it, Travis. I'm just playing. Travis is crazy, man. By the way, make sure that you give some love to Travis. You know, he's over. He stays so out of this drama most of the time, but the drama comes to him. You notice they were filming over on TubeTown yet again. They were using it as a way to say that they are somehow harassed. So, you know, they're like a hop, skip, and a jump from causing problems. Watch this fence. It's so funny. Look how many problems they have with it when they do. It's so nutty. Watch him. Watch him try to maintain this thing. Isn't that their dog, though? Yeah. Look, their dog's there. What? That's some bullshit. Look, their dog is already there. Look, it's right there. See it? You can see it. If it can get out without a box, why the fuck don't you have the box in the way? It's just a few weeks ago. Look, it's right there. You can see it. It walks up to cook. Make it out clearly. So they're telling us if they don't do something with it, that the dog gets out. Like I said, I could agree with that. I mean, that is a janky freaking fence. I agree. But there is no box. And the dog, it didn't come in with them. It was already there. Huh. Interesting. And it didn't get loose. It didn't run away. I mean, if the road is so dangerous and these things escape so often. I'm curious, though. The reason I'm watching, it'll pull in. I want to see the other box. I want to see what's over there in the corner, too. That's a box in the corner. That's a box in the spotlight while Travis is filming. Oh, my God. I love it. Yeah, exactly. Mama's got a good point on this, too. All of you do, by the way. Appreciate all of you here. Mama said, if I wanted to see what's happening outside my gate, I'd have my camera pointed at my gate. Yeah, actually, what I'd do is I'd have a camera that is attached. But you know why they probably don't have a camera right there? Because it'd fall off. I mean, look at it. Like, this thing is so, like, it flops around. Oh, my gosh. Maybe we should get it some Cialis or something. Because it's got the fence version of erectile dysfunction. Oh, your fins can't keep it up. Excuse me. All right. Let's see. I did mute there. Not to be mad. I'm just trying to focus on everything. You know, the great garbage bag divide, and there's just so much there. Look, it can't control his fences. Told you. You get that floppy fence, man. You got to watch that stuff. All right, so we can see the one box and the letter there. If you thought that they had a blessing box in the past, sorry, I had to get up for a second. But if you thought they had a blessing box in the past, right? Why wouldn't you think that would be a blessing box now? You just found out that the sign on it, according to them, it says nothing. So again, they haven't corrected or remedied the fact that They told their entire community, as Lynette Preston said in her video, she noted the entire community knew that they had blessing box. They had it, but now it's not there. There's more of that statement, by the way. I went down this rabbit hole because I wanted to see what was there. And I found it really weird that, again, they have this fence that their dog can escape from, and they say it's so important. But there's no box there then. And there was no box there when there was the old blessing box, that one, but the one that was in front of the fence, it does not look like it was there in that video with that guy. Again, they can prove me wrong, you know. I'm going by shadow and shadow placement and by their own story, you know, where they were saying dude was peeking through the middle of the fence.
They went in the playroom.
1 second. Do what?
They went in the playroom.
Oh, man, we caught another mouse?
Yeah, but you can do it after the live stream.
All right. Is it still alive?
No, it's in a cricket trap. It was a tiny boy. It was a tiny boy.
Little tiny one? And we haven't caught one in a long time, so I got some more traps. That's good, though. All right. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. Remind me after I finish. I'll get it, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, baby.
Mom's going to leave after?
Now you might not have a visitor today. Having car problems, okay?
Well, her car might get fixed.
Maybe. I don't know. But you can go and watch stuff and everything, okay? Love you. Close the door. Thank you for checking that, too. You're a big helper. Thank you. All right.
I checked mine.
Yeah, thank you.
No noise.
All right. Close the door for me.
No.
Thank you. Yeah, we've when it got cold, we had the mice, man. Whew. They cut some fields and stuff around, or some back lot, and you know it drives mice. And God, man, I've had to knock them out. Now we've taken care of a bunch of them, but there's still a few left, I feel. So we just nailed one. That's what she was telling me. Oh, one of the traps got a mouse. Like, all right. Somebody also sent some electric mouse traps. Thank you to that person. I can't remember who you are. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Like, those actually did end up catching a couple, too. They caught them fast. So that was nice. Here, let me pull up that rest of that statement here. So she's talking about the blessing box. The reason I brought that up, again, because she was talking about the guy in it, but she said, we used to have a blessing box. Everybody in our community knows that, lives here, that we do not any longer have a blessing box. Well, it doesn't matter. You advertised it to the world at large when your PR team talked about it and you talked about it. You were saying that you put one out. Now, if you've removed it, you need to put something on there. It says that because, again, you cannot threaten people with harm that come up there where you've advertised that thing as a blessing box before. Because it's kind of like any type of story. When you put out a story or when you say something about something, the people who originally see it, you know, you'll have quite a few people that catch that original statement. But later on, the amount it diminishes and severely. So you can't make an assumption about that. It's like, hey, tell Sissy. All right, hey, tell Sissy. Look, tell Sissy to get a Walmart bag. Okay, one of the little Walmart or Kroger bags or whatever. Yeah, to get 2 of them and put that thing in there and tie it. Okay, I'll take care of it all. All right, thank you, baby. Yeah, take them to her. That'll be good. Take her 2 or 3, okay? Just tell her to be careful. All right, love you.
The 2 might break.
Okay. All right. That sounds like a great idea. You do that, okay? Thank you. Make her do it. Love you. And tell her to wash her hands after. Good. Close the door, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. They're so funny when we catch a mouse or something. It's like everybody's on high alert. Oh my God, I think it's still alive. It's alive. Well, it's not alive. Oh, Lord. I'm like, well, put it in a little bag and tie it off. Having girls is really funny. Like the littlest one is You know, she's so curious about everything. She's like, oh, yes, it's exciting to her. Anything, mice, whatever, you know. She's excited about the world. Everything is new. Sissy will be funny, though, the oldest, because I just told her to get the mouse trap and just throw it in a bag for me and tie it off. And she's going to be like, oh, my God. Oh, Lord, it's so funny. You know, she's getting old. She's almost 13, so she's starting to act. You know, she's starting to act girly a lot more. It's really funny. We got a mouse. You know, she tells us it's the same kid that told you about, you know, her obsession with bugs and stuff. I'm sure we'll have a raider 3 or 4 more times. So with this, everybody though in their property, or anybody in Otter Creek rather, knows they don't have a blessing box. Well, again, like I said, if you've told this to people outside, you've got people curious about what that thing is. You need to clearly mark the box. You know, you put on there, do not open. Put a sign on it, not a blessing box. But don't put a piece of paper where a person has to walk up to it either. You take something like, again, you know, take some white paint. Make sure, by the way, it's not something that's going to wash off. Just go over hardware store, put it on there. Because, again, you can't be sitting around. And I saw the chats. If you all ever hurt somebody with that, that will be the first thing I send to the police. And I'll send them talks about the blessing box. So do not talk about harming people. You don't know what they, again, you can harm a UBS driver or anything. That's frightening to me. But it says, let's see, and you just got walk on people's property regardless. I guess that's you just can't walk, maybe. But you can walk up to you actually can. A person can walk up. Again, you have to think, if I could just put up a sign that said, nobody ever can come, you know, no trespassing. Again, how do people do anything? Why can't they come to my door and ring the doorbell? How would anybody find out something? You have a person at the wrong address. It could be anything. Again, somebody could see your awful fence and be like, oh my God, what is this nightmare? Or maybe they love it. Maybe they're like, oh, honey, snap. Oh my God, baby. I have seen the greatest thing. I got lost in Otter Creek. You know, it could be anything. You don't know. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? You actually hear that person, you know. He's like I'm imagining him as like a gay gentleman. He's like, oh my God, honey. I got lost in Otter Creek and I found this thing and it's fabulous. We want to buy this property for $1 million. Yeah, never know, Lynette. Never know. They're like, it's right across from a fun park. It could be the greatest thing ever. Maybe that's why they checked that out. They were like, oh, there's a tree and it has all these cameras. We love it. We love to be on film. You don't know. Oh, God, that'd be really funny. If that really was the story, wouldn't it be? I love it. But the man didn't come here to check a blessing box. They heard that we had from another town in far. What? What does that say, Lynette? The man didn't come here to check a blessing box. They heard that we had from another town in far away. Oh, Lord. I feel like your talk to text is drunk, Lynette. You need to have a talk with it. Yeah, you can change the talk to text when you put it up, by the way. You can actually use a better talk to text than just using the same one. Don't use ChatGPT all the time either. I've seen your other statements and they are ridiculous. So, by Jove, I love this. Exactly, Rear. Game proud. They could be. They could be great, you know? They could be like a fabulous. I love it. Then maybe they want to paint the tin like rainbows. I don't know. Don't be hating on them. That's what I mean, Lynette. You never know. Oh, she did put it up? She did? She did? Okay. Thank you. Love you. Close my door. Thank you. You did great. Hey, close the door. Thanks. They'll leave the door open. I can't hear it. The reason I haven't closed the door is it creates a soundproofing. You know, they can't hear through it. So if they don't close the door, they can't hear very well because it's pretty far away. But I'd rather them hear nothing, especially off the craziness. But then she says, I have my boxes, plural, boxes out there. We are making new signs for FedEx and have direction for it. You can't, again, Lynette, let me note this too. If you have a sign out, that's great, but you can't put out like that note that you put out there that you said, you know, was nothing written on it. You know, when it flopped over and there was, again, like, it's molded. Like, look at this. Ugh. I was looking at it a little bit more. This is the sign that is on that box, just to say. Yeah, Mama is so right, though. Appreciate you, too. Oh, yeah, by the way, hey, don't forget, JC hit the fence the day Willis was doing fireworks. That's true. No box that day. That's true, too. Maybe that's why they had to tie the gate shut. Yeah, maybe. It's so weird, you know. Doug, that's not the same box in the Travis video. Much bigger than shown today. Have they been doing remodel on there? You know? Yeah, also, I forgot she told TV 20 about the blessing box. Yeah. She talked about this to a large audience. That's her problem. Even that, though. Okay, you think about it this way. Even without that, she would have still had... oh man, I meant to bring that other picture up. Sorry. Give me one second. Even without her talking about it that way, though, she brought it up to thousands of people over time. She did. You know, she talked about, and she's saying that people knew it was there. So you like I say, you can't do that. And again, this is what they had written on it. Nothing. Even she notes that. So if it's changed function, you can't tell me that this was also for UPS or whomever, because UPS doesn't have a note. Like UPS doesn't just throw shit in the random place, you know, and say, oh, they might, but that's also not a very big box for packages. You know, if you're talking about dropping off a package for UPS, that really isn't that big at all. Man, Lynette, though. Lynette. Again, you got to remember, too, you guys are running a 501c3, and you've talked about all these turtles and stuff. And when you've talked about it, you've talked about people being able to, to give or to do this or that. Maybe that's what it's about. I mean, hey, maybe this guy wanted to donate to your 501c3. Oh, you can see those rings in another picture. Much better. Give me 1 minute. I got a better picture for you, too. I just took it. So you can see all those rings that were not reported. Lynette, you got to report your personal property, just to say. So here's her rings that she's wearing. You can see them very well in that video. You know, that's a lot of rings not to report. God, lady, you know what? With a bankruptcy court too, you want to be overly cautious, not underly cautious. That's one of the problems that you run into as well. So anyway, this continues saying, do you normally, ma'am, just walk on people's property and check their mailboxes and their boxes? Do you normally do that? You didn't show the guy doing that. You said he was spying through, again, unless there's another piece of video You don't show any proof that that transpired. You have a dead spot in that area of your fence. You need to put another camera on the, I know it's going to be a mess to do it, but it's just a random claim. And again, if you've got that box and you told people there's a blessing box before, they're not walking up randomly checking things. And I missed the video of him checking a regular mailbox or anything. But if you do, then shame on you, because you're trespassing. You don't look in people's boxes. That sounds like a gynecologist. You know, it's terrible. For no reason. I showed there are no blessing box signs. Thank you. That doesn't matter, Lynette. What matters is you said it was before, and you have nothing saying that it's not anymore. You're saying, well, the denizens of Otter Creek know that. How do they know that, by the way? How does I'm very curious about that too. How did the people that live in Otter Creek, how do they all know? Did you make an announcement, or, you know, did you write signs? Did they say something about Jeremy Hale on it? I mean, seriously. Like, well, how would they know? How would they know? I'm very curious about that. You know, this isn't the first thing that she's put out lately as well. She actually had a very, very lengthy diatribe the other day talking about bankruptcy court too. I hope, though, Lynette, I really hope you notice how many views you get on stuff like that. Because again, the facts, God, I told her before myself, I was like, God, you could cut these people out. You can make money. Actually, Megan and I have told you how to make some real money. I offered you money. I was very serious, by the way, Lynette. If you catch this, I'm very serious about this. I want to buy some of that butter. Why do I want to buy it? Well, it's not your concern. I want to give it to somebody as a birthday present. But I do want to buy some of it. I'll buy it from you. I'm not even kidding. I'm not at all. You sell some of that turtle butter, baby. Call it that too. Tell it, you know. Call it turtle butter. That's what I would call it. If you don't sell me some of that, I'm going to make a knockoff version. I'm going to go melt some butter in my microwave, and I'm going to tell everybody it's turtle butter. Oh, my God. I got about 10 of the video views are probably. They may be. I mean, you know, honestly, a lot of people are going to watch. You know, for any kind of video you put up, you get a lot of random watches too. But she put this out the other day too, talking about the bankruptcy stuff. All right, which is wild. You know, by the way, we did find out how much is listed with Hales as far as bankruptcy is concerned so far. There is a new document that talks about that, and I thought that was good. You know, it's good to have like a kind of a idea. Let me pull this up for you real quick too. Well, we're talking about this bankruptcy thing. This is actually what I wanted to talk about. I want to get a little bit of this in anyway. You know, there's an entire document with it, but it mentions like what everything is for, you know, with the creditor and everything else. So it goes with debtor and with here, let me show you real quick. A lot of document with this too. But while we're going to read that, I want to note this too. So here, this was claim 7. It's 16 pages that goes over, you know, this went up 2 days ago. But as far as creditor is concerned, let me make sure all of that is edited. Give me 1 second. I think I got all that. But just let me make sure, you know, just sorry. Let me just, it makes me paranoid that there's something in here that has somebody's freaking, I try not to put anything out with anything like that, but you just never know. All right, yeah, it looks edited. All right, check this out. So the amount of money that is being noted so far, we have our official 410 with proof of claim. You have identify the claim. Who's the current creditor? That would be Jeremy Hales. Has this claim been acquired from someone else? No, this is actually his. Now, where should notices and payment to the creditor be sent? Again, it notes, I redacted all of that, but to Brock and Scott here. Does this claim amend when already filed? No. Do you know if anyone else has filed a proof of claim or claim for this claim? It's saying, hey, has anybody else filed about this? Nope, not at all. So information, do you have any number you use to identify the debtor? Nope, don't have a number for them. How much is the claim? $15,565 so far and counting. You know, this is and counting. So as far as Lynette is concerned, so far, you're looking at $16,000. And when you read through why this is on here, woo, baby, this is not something you're talking about discharging. So what is the basis of the claim? You know, it talks about like goods sold, money loaned, liens, or rather a lease, services provided, personal injury, wrongful death, credit card. You know, it tells you exactly what is it. And it notes motion for injunctive relief and order of contempt in Ohio case, Court of Common Pleas, Summit County, and it notes the case number with it. So it's telling you it's a motion for injunctive relief. And now, is all or part of this claim secured? No. Is this claim based on a lease? No. Is this claim subject to right or set off? No. Let's see. Was that 11, 12? We have, is all or part of the claim entitled to priority under? No. Let's see. The person completing this proof must, proof of claim must sign and date. So we have we have our signature again, our redacted, all of this information. You know what sucks about all this too, honestly? Hales, through some of these, you know, they want to be public in appearance, but they want to be private with certain things. You want to maintain a level of privacy, and they should be able to, at least a level of it, you know? I mean, yes, people can find stuff, but with documents, though, with all of this mess, I mean, you ultimately, when you got like Fed 1, for example, by itself, that put out a lot of personal information, where to find somebody, you know, proof of residency. That alone put out so much identifiable information. It sucks. Like, that's a problem with this kind of stuff. You know, so summary of claim. I wonder what the summary of the claim is. Well, let's see. Preston began as a fan of Hale's social media platform since 2020. When Hales denied her request to bring a donation box to his paid meet and greet event, February 2023, Preston began a campaign of extortion and defamation. Following the denied donation box request, Cook brandished a pew-pew at Hales. Preston and Cook created and placed signs around Hales' Florida hometown stating that Jeremy Hales is an Ohio arpist and arped their daughter. Preston contacted Hales' Ohio hometown mayor, defaming Hales. Hales filed this action against Preston in Ohio for stalking and for a protective order that was issued in Hale's favor. Court found that Preston violated the protective order. Now, as far as items, legal claims against Preston, you're talking about sanctions in the amount of $100. Legal fees awarded in the amount of $1,465, and a request for additional attorney fees in the amount of $14,000. So you're talking about quite a bit of money that's ending up popping up here. You know, and Hales also reserves the right to supplement this claim in the event the Ohio court assesses additional damages and attorney fees. And yes, there may be more money on that. But right now, she's looking at this is not dischargeable. This is done maliciously. She's not going to be able to discharge this stuff, man. I'm telling you. Hales would be able to fight it there. Now, as far as this is concerned, too, now you actually have some interesting paperwork that's attached to it, with magistrate decision from the original thing, which is I don't know if I've ever seen this, but it popped up in there. Now check this out. This is amazing. This is part of the court record. So it has to be there. Again, not giving it or anything, these kinds of things. This is the magistrate decision there. I don't think I've ever seen this. Have you? I'm just wondering, have you ever seen the decision document? Let me make sure there's not an address on this thing too. I'm curious. Just make sure real quick. I with the police calls and stuff. Wow, it's interesting because it talks about the violations, and it talks about all this stuff that's going on with it. But like I said, I know the 1 minute. Something else I think we should talk about. I want to do something. I just thought of this. Me and Megan, we need to do this. What do you guys think about it? We're going to do this. How about for the memorial, for the bench that never was? How about we talk about putting something else up there? How about a blessing box? What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about a blessing box? You think that would be fun? I'm reading over this, by the way. while I'm doing it. Maybe we should fundraise a beautiful blessing box for that beautiful, beautiful place. That way when you come up, we can get us a blessing box there. When you reach in, you don't have to worry about a snake attacking you. We'll actually bless people. The idea of a blessing box is actually not a bad one. And we'll do one for the blessing box that rarely was. How's that? Give me a second. I'm reading through this. I don't see anything. This actually, holy shit, I've never seen this document. This may be too long to read today. I'll tell you what. We'll see what's on for tomorrow. But in the next day, look, what this is the protective order hearing. Okay, let me show you. This is the decision with the protective order. This goes through, like I said, I don't remember. I've read items with it, but I don't remember this. I don't remember I read through portions, decisions, but I don't remember all this. I just don't remember reading this whole thing. There's not going to be enough time to read it today. We're going to run out of time before we could read this entire document. But I am definitely going to put this on because we definitely want to read this. I'd love to read that. I'd love to see what's there because this is also it's not just part of the protective order. It's part of the bankruptcy. It talks about whether it's dischargeable or not. But on this too. Now, the one thing I did want to talk about here, and hopefully we have enough time to get most of, I don't know what we have time for. We'll cover a little bit of it anyway. She posted about the bankruptcy and Hales and discussing, and look, she posted some just heavy stuff up here. She posted a lot. I want to read some of this at least, I think we have time to get some of it. But she posted, everyone is messaging me about what garbage they are hearing on YouTube. Well, stop believing it. The meeting we had yesterday went well. I answered honestly. Oh, this is, by the way, this is about the bankruptcy. If I've confused that in some way, this is about the last bankruptcy hearing, all the stuff that came up with it. This is her response that she put out. She said, the meeting we had yesterday went well. I answered honestly, and I'm cooperating with everything the trustee or her attorney asked me to do. What is being told out there from all the hate groups and my stalker is a lie. Actually, that's your creditor, ma'am. That is your creditor that is talking about it. I DM'd you something. Did you mail it? Okay, so everything that was mentioned, by the way, the video that was mentioned and all of that was about Jeremy. I heard a couple of people tell me that. Yeah, about 5 people wrote me about it. And I appreciate that. Like I said, I haven't seen the video. I need to go and check it out. I'm behind today. I can't believe she put out a video. It just caught me off guard so much when she put out a video today. I was like, what? What now? I love it sometimes. I love the chaos. Again, it's not my life that this is attached to. So I kind of love it. Yeah. Something to bark about. Oh no. Miss everybody this week. Broke ribs trying to be a bull rider. Truth is, I fell out of bed. It sucks. It sucks either way. I was like, man, you sound like another certain Travis, by the way. Travis, I hope you're doing good, brother, if you're out there. But but yeah, falling out of the bed. Actually, somebody else, I'm not going to say who, unless they decide to note it, but somebody out there, they ended up having an accident, let's just say, and they got hurt pretty bad from a fall. It hurt them quite a bit. And again, this is I know I'm being vague in it, but it's somebody that is out there that we all like. And, again, just giving your prayers to people. Something to bark about too. Love to you, my friend. And, obviously prayers to you. But somebody else got hurt too. I don't know if 'tis the season for falling and getting hurt. You guys be careful. But anyway, let's see. Please use your heads and think. You have been told people were going to jail. They never went to jail. You know why? First of all, sometimes Jeremy says stuff because it gets under these people's skin. And I think that's good. And it reminds them of their actions. But there are actions out there that a normal person would indeed think that somebody is going to go to jail for. If we were outside of Levy County, I would 100% think that somebody would be going to jail for some of these actions. And most people too, unfortunately, most people think that a protective order is there and will keep you safe too. That people violating it repeatedly will get someone arrested. And what's crazy about that? Typically it will. Even the idea, the suggestion of violation may put you in jail. I had with a protective order, let's just say there was the idea that there was, and enough to say that, yes, it looks like there's a violation. So when I had a protective order against someone else, they did get arrested. And then there's a hearing later on. Typically the police, they don't just look at something and say, fuck it. Like Preston, where she's tried to weaponize the police and stuff like that. That typically against somebody like that alone is trying to take third-party contact. She's trying to you think about it, she's trying to have a third party harass. Who would that third party be? The police. that is the weaponization of the police against a protective order is absolutely a problem too. And that's how you get in trouble. And typically somewhere else that would put somebody, at least get you arrested. You'd have to bail out and then you'd have a court hearing about it. Any other place, there would be the assumption of it. But Levy County is a shithole. I'm just telling you, as a person that is dealt with, and I dealt with a lot of obstacles, with all of that too. But if you pull up the amount of evidence that Hales has provided should have put these people in jail. When they started providing video to third parties, that right there should have put Lynette Preston and John Cook in jail. When they started also making contact, saying things about how a protected party is not scared. That should have put somebody behind bars. Anybody really, like a half-wit actually should think that would put you away. I was going to say like a normal person. No, you could be somebody that has the brain cells of those who walk behind the Otter Creek wall and still think that would put you in jail. You've been told people are getting arrested. They never got arrested. You've been told that I'm going to say accosting my child. Yet CPS has been here 42 times. You think if I was doing something to my child, they would have known it. They've been through our camper. They've been through our house. They've been through our shed. How is this about the bankruptcy? I'm really curious. They know what's going on our property. We are not threatening anyone. You actually, ma'am, have said some pretty horrible things about John Cook. And from my understanding, I don't know how they could. Oh, I'm going to have a radar. Give me a second. Oh, hey, I heard you coming, man. I heard you coming. Hey, it was good of you to spot that mouse, by the way. That was very good.
I was playing my little, you know what I mean?
You gonna help me put out some new traps today?
I'll be in mom's room.
Oh, you wanna
After
go?
you
I'm saying
watch
after
me.
that. You wanna help me? I got 3 new boxes. You wanna help me?
No. Thanks for asking, though.
You're not gonna help me? Okay. All right.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, no
because
problem.
it's a lazy day. I don't have to clean my room.
Okay. That's true. Not today. No, you don't have to clean. I just thought you might want to help. If you don't want to, that's okay. That's all good. You don't have to.
I don't want to. I'll be in mom's room. You're not putting traps in mom's room?
No, I'm not gonna put any traps in that room.
Yeah, because mom's room has been clear.
You can go in there, lay on the bed. You can sleep in there or whatever, and you can watch that TV.
I'm watching TV while playing my earpiece.
All right. Well, we put that new sheet on there. It's all your room. So go ahead, go.
Yeah, it is my room.
It is your room now. Why don't you say that's my room? It's my second room.
It's my second room.
Yeah. So you're gonna be in your second room?
Yeah.
Okay.
My second room because my first room I don't go in.
Okay. Okay. All right. Love you, kiddo. Close that door for me. All right. Close my door.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Hey, I didn't hear the door close. Close it. Okay, well, close it. There we go. She's so cute. These are funny. She's basically taken over another room, in the house. So that's what you're hearing. She has her room, but the other room, there's another one that has a bed and a TV and everything. It just sits there. So she's like, that's my room. I'm taking that over. I was like, you are, huh? Yeah. So she's taking it. Had a bigger TV in it than her bedroom. So she's like, and it's got a giant bed, so she can sit on it and lay on it at night if she likes to. So she's taking it over. It's hilarious, though. So they've been in our camper. They've been through our house. They've been through our shed, or the shed. Why did? Maybe I'm just being nitpicky. Why wasn't the shed ours? They? Again, maybe I'm just being grammatically picky or something, but it's interesting that she didn't identify the shed as our shed. She identified it. She identified everything else as ours. Our camper, our house, our property, the shed. So they've been through that. They know what's going on. We are not stalking anyone. That is actually, that is not what an Ohio court said, ma'am. You can disagree with that, but that is not what an Ohio court has said. They said that you are. So, you can disagree with them. It's actually terrible. When you talk about this stuff, one of the things courts look at is they also look, when things come up later, they look at if you've actually taken, first of all, if you've taken responsibility. Second of all, have you taken steps to change this behavior? And both of them sound like I know. You know? Both of them sound like I know. So, but we are not out filming anyone. This is actually. Do what? There's what in the living room?
Jenga.
Jenga? You can play with that.
With this?
Yeah, you can play with the Jenga set. Yeah, get it out if you want to. You can't close my door though. All right. She's looking around. She found a Jenga. She's like, Jenga. There's a Jenga set. Can I play with this? Like, yeah, of course. We play Jenga sometimes. We'll take 2 sets. I really want, but they're so expensive. But I really want one of those giant Jenga sets. You know those big like ones that people play outside with. I want one of those. I think those would be real fun with the kids. I think they'd have a lot of fun with it. But those things cost so much money. But anyway, we are not filming anyone. Again, this is not correct. They have filmed, and what makes it different from their cameras filming it is the fact that they are intentionally taking film of Jeremy Hales or George or his employees or whatever, their employees, and they are giving it to another party. So it's gone from, just the fence is filming to they are intentionally filming. And they've said that. They collect video on him and on George, the protected parties. So they are filming. That's actually not correct. That is the other side, people. Again, I just watched, I have video that I've saved. The reason I save so much stuff too is because this narrative, these people don't tell you the truth. I mean, again, they lie. They lie about everything. This woman lied about talking to me, for example. She lies about so much that, again, why wouldn't you keep a video on it after that? She says they don't record people, but again, we have the video where they took well, here's one. I mean, shoot, it's in the same file that I kept that other video in. Give me a second. Check this out. Here, remember this? They don't video people. They just not only video a random person driving by, but they told the world that they were approaching their property, doing a drive-by, trying to close in on them and stuff. When funny enough, I looked at this maybe 1,000,000 times, and you can see the fisheye. You can see where they go. They don't close in here, but it looks like when they get down the road, they actually might get a little close to the grass. So they didn't close in down here like they tried to. They took film of people they thought were either Jeremy Hales or George or, again, connected to them, and they've put it out in the world. So to say the other side is collecting and distributing video or filming people, that is actually factually incorrect. They are filming and they are distributing it while they have a protective order against them. It is still in effect until a judge decides how that goes. But we are not doing anything by hiding behind a fence to protect our child. That's actually not true either. I have watched video. I have seen, and I have heard them defend it too. I heard them talk about, like, Travis, for example, where they've had confrontation with Travis, where John Cook is sitting around calling him a maggot, agate, making sure that said word right, not bundle of sticks, but the other. And yeah, that's also why I have the distinct impression that John Cook does not like homosexuals. That's why I talked about when I said the people buying the fence that maybe it was a homosexual guy, because number one, that would be awesome. Yeah, I would love to have that film where the guy's like, "Oh, honey," but number two, John Cook would probably hate it. That would make it even funnier. I always wondered though, if he hates, how does he take to not liking people because of that, but still like paint chips? I'm confused. Wait, never mind. But she knows the truth. And look back at this and feel that she knows the truth. Wait, what? You're telling your 6-year-old this tale. This is so messed up. Lynette, I just watched a video where you talked about your child playing in the middle of a road. That's bad. But this is bad parenting right here. Again, don't contact this woman. I feel like I try to plead with her about this. You've talked about red flags about the person that's there, and yet now you say, nope, didn't do that. But you did. We solved all that. You've just talked about with your kid playing in the middle of the road, which is not good. And now you're talking about telling your child all of these horrible stories. And you talk about the psychological damage it has done to your child. But the psychological damage, again, like for myself, I've had people threaten to do horrible things. In fact, your PR team has led to some pretty horrible things. Your PR team calling, or rather, I'm going to be careful about how to say this. Somebody associated with your piece of shit side of this stuff definitely reached out to the police department down here and tried to cause something pretty horrible the other day. They very much did. So, yeah, you think calling into the non-emergency lines or trying to circumvent like that weirdo with the mayor did, one of these people tried to do something pretty messed up the other day. And I've been conflicted on talking about it because the method that they utilized, I'm afraid that they will use it on someone else. And if they use it on someone else from a larger place, they could get somebody hurt or killed. It's dangerous. This game these people play, they play it for keeps. It's fucking gross. That's why, again, you always have to be making fun of these people. You always have to be calling them out, because otherwise, if you ignore them for too long, they accelerate. They do something terrible. But yeah, these people tried to weaponize police again. Craziness, man. Always trying to do something. But telling your kid this stuff, even with that, the reason I brought that up, my 6-year-old does not understand what people have tried to do, despite all that. Give me 1 second. One of them is, I heard them doing something. I think they're playing Jenga, but I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure, because just give me 1 minute. I'll be right back in 1 minute. Apologies. That was Jenga. It's funny. I can hear them like they were setting something up, but they set it up on a table, and I heard it go. I was like, "What in the world is that?" It just sounded so loud because it hit, flooring and stuff. They take I've got 2 Jenga towers attached, so they'll build them up really high when they play and make quite the mess. Like I said, that's why I thought it would be fun. I got to get one of those lawn ones. That would be so funny. But she says that the kid knows the truth, and look back at this and feel disgusted at all of you that are doing this to my family. Oh, so you're training her to feel contempt and loathing and hatred, but you're also weaponizing her. Again, man, I have had people do awful things. My child does not feel like any of that exists. Do you think your biggest donor, piece of shit that he is, said that he had people out here spying on us, talking about spying on my kids and stuff? Your pal that is linked up with so many of these pieces of shit, and said he had somebody out there. Like, if they would have said that about these people, they'd have gone ape shit. Could you imagine if Jeremy Hales was like, "Yeah, I've hired somebody, and they watch you, and they're watching, and we see your kids and your relatives and stuff." Could you imagine the response to that? how these people would flip out about it. Now, that's what they do. People that are done to these people are fucking crazy. But you're going to need to take a big look in the mirror. A deep look in the mirror? Do you think if you stare into the mirror deeper, you'll see something else? And think about, what is God going to do to you for what you're doing to us? What is God going to do to you? I like how people weaponize God too. The same people. See, this is how... this is why religion has claimed more lives than anything that has ever existed in the world. Not because there's nothing to gain from belief, or there's not like a higher spiritual power to believe in, but because people will use it to do harm. They will convince people that God is opposed. It's the same thing that Ray did. You know, a good Christian does not sit around and say, you know, God is here to punish you. That's what these people, they're like, oh, they're the Sodom and Gomorrah of, they're the Antichrist. They try to rally people. They use the kid just then. And on top of that, God will punish you. Okay. It's a divine justice too. Shame on you. I hope some of you realize very quickly how duped you've been. You've been taken. You know, actually, there have been a lot of people that have woke up to the crazy. I think my radio is there. Hey, what's up?
What?
I knew I heard that door. I knew it. I knew it. What are you doing? Are you Jenga-ing again?
Sissy said we can play tomorrow.
Oh, you're going to play more tomorrow? Okay. Well, come here. Give me a hug. Come on, give me a hug.
I love you.
I love you too.
Sissy doesn't need any more traps because we're waiting for her to get her trap fixed.
All right. I got a question for you, though.
What?
Are you going to clean today? Since keeping them down here, I guess you want to work today, right?
No, I want to say I just wanted to tell you.
Oh, you just want to give me a hug?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You can give me my hug. All right. I love you. All right.
And I wanted to tell you that we go play tomorrow.
Okay. You can play some more tomorrow then. All right. Well, keep it out where you can find it, okay? All right. Hey, make sure there's no big mess with it or anything.
No big mess with it.
Okay. All right. Love you. Hey, close that door, kiddo.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. It's so funny. She's like, no, today is not a cleaning day. I tell on weekends, typically, especially on Sundays. I know you'll notice. I call them lazy days. That's where they don't have to have structure in the day as much. They get to do, you know, they get playtime, and she gets tablet time. She can watch something or whatever. You know, I've got her a setup for. I pulled up like some YouTube where she has a playlist she can watch, and that's about that. And she can watch a couple of movies if she wants, something like that, you know. So she has structure, but it's less structure, you know. She gets to have fun because tomorrow is school and cleaning, you know. So she's like, oh, today I want my lazy day. That's what she's talking about. I love that, though. But you know, this all starts out about bankruptcy. Now it's about my child. My child will have to deal with all of this for her entire lifetime. She will suffer. See, this kind of statements just horrify me. That does. From all this thing, from all of the hate, all of this garbage will follow. You realize, like I said, you realize that your PR team, your pals over there that you weaponize, they bring up any of our kids. You know, one of the people that you all recruited went after Megan Fox and doxed one of her children, putting them in the line of fire with this kind of stuff. And you realize how many times these crazy people, they've even come up with a conspiracy that they've been shopping, talking about how the kids, you know, they're brought up, and again on the channel, they come in but we cut them off at the end because they come in right with the super. I'm like, with the super chats, they come in all the time. Jesus Christ, if you're not listening to the show, they're in here all the time. I can't keep them out. But she goes through all of this insanity. Like, again, look at all the statements here. But she also talks about with this, I'm going to run out of time before we get through it all. So I want to note this. She talks about the kids and how essentially, how the other kids were misled. But the other kids talked about things that they had gone through. You all are happy to try to weaponize Jeremy Hale's child. You're happy with that. You seem to all love it. In fact, you go over to when he posts, you go over there and Lynette and you and Cook, you all comment and stuff. I mean, it's messed up. This is the child of the dude who has a protective order, and you're going and contacting his family. That shows you're also part of that. You guys very much are. So when your kids speak out about that, you're like, you can't listen to them. Divorce too is a very contentious thing. It can be, with myself, I do my damnedest not to have my kids dislike anybody, really. You know what I mean? Like that. But they don't always work out that way, So when you have divorce, that's one of the things that just disgusts me with stuff that comes up. I've bore witness in my own life, thinking back to like my dad tried to convince me of some crazy stuff. I remember when, there was a divorce and my dad tried to get me involved. So, if that stuff takes root, you don't know what happens with a kid. But your kids talk about, and we have documents. It's not just your kids that talk. You got to remember that we also have mental health professionals that talked about your statements about the kids, and they were not good. When we looked over those, I was aghast at some of the stuff I was seeing there, because I could not believe that was captured in a mental health document. So with her talking about this, she goes on a lot. I'm going to have to, me and Meg, or Megan and I hate saying me and Meg. Megan and I will have to go through. But look, it becomes this whole thing about kid. It starts out, like I said, it's about bankruptcy, right? This is bankruptcy talk, and the rest becomes kid. And it's like, what? And again, when she says that YouTube or people talk about this, we were invited, like for myself and Megan, we were invited to talk about this. Her lawyer invited us, and with this stuff too. So in the conversation that I had with Lynette Preston, she brought up her kid, and she said the antis have harmed him. Lisa has harmed her child. So very strange there. Let's do some super chats. So we're gonna have to do that, or we're gonna run out of time. There's so much today. I thought we'd get more done today. But that video popped up, and it has been a lot, by the way. I mean, we did get a lot done, but I thought we would read all of that document and stuff, but then that video fell in, and I can't resist a good video. Oh, I love videos. We're going to have to check that again, too. Yeah, I see that. Max Lab noted that, too. Thank you, Max Lab. So I saw it, right? Actually, what was funny is I ended up noticing it. Like typically it's somebody tells me it's there, but I ended up noticing it on my own this time. And I thought, wow, that's crazy, because it was so random. I went in to pull up that stuff that we were looking at just then. I was going to cover the document from bankruptcy. You can see what the plan was. You can read it into the thumbnail and everything else. It had nothing to do with that video. But when I went to pull that up, she had just posted that, like, I don't know, less than 30 minutes before. So it's funny because it was right before the show. I mean, right before it. I ended up calling Megan. I was like, Megan, there's a video. download it. You know, I was like, I'm going to download it, but I can't check it and make sure that sound will come up. I've got to make sure that we get it. So, you know, I tell you, and she was like, okay. Because she knows what she's doing. I'll randomly call out of the middle. I'll be like, Megan, you got to do this now. Because it might disappear or it might change. You know, there could be some change to it. So I was like, Megan, get it now. I called her like literally, like on her day, you know, these are her days off. But I'm like, you got to get this. It's so funny. She's like, oh, okay. It's just so funny. Like she'd be in the middle of anything, you know. I'm like, well, I didn't even ask. Like typically I'll ask. I'll be like, hey, are you busy? You know. But in this, I didn't even ask. I was like, you've got to do this, Megan. Let me see. I should call that fence video LP Preston. I'm putting a folder together for it too. Because I have a bunch of it. I've got all the screenshots of everything too to talk. Again, Megan will be fun to go over this with her. God. That's one of the things. I do love cutting up on those days. That'll be really fun to cover. All right. So anyway, let's continue our super chats here. Adair, I saw that come in Adair. I always love seeing your avatar there. Appreciate that. What in the world? Give me a second. Something is playing in the background of my freaking headphones. Give me a minute. That was weird. I took my headphones off for a minute and a commercial or something started playing. It was very weird. I took them off, but I could hear it start playing and I'm trying to figure out what it came from. Apologies for a second. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out what the heck. It's probably a freaking Facebook ad or something. But anyway, Adair, thank you. I appreciate you. It's always great to see you too. Hazel Montingo, thank you for the 5 there. Lurker Tax, Easter candy money, and room service for Bug and Lug. Ooh, they like that. Sorry, I had to drop a membership for a bit. Hey, that's fine. You know, I appreciate you. You probably catch one. You probably catch a stray when it rolls through. You know, you're here enough. And thank you. Emmy, thanks for the 5. Great song and video. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was, you know, it's funny. Look at all this. Look at all this cut work and stuff. Like this is what I was doing with Shissy while we're doing a document. It's so funny. Like I had enough time last night to put it all together. And now, again, the effects are trapped in each shot, so you can't see them. But this is what was all through there. You know, you can see all the jumps and, you know, you can see all the cuts down through here. Some of them you can see with the video and then song cuts. But I had enough time to create, I think, 72 pieces of AI and put it together and make it into the digital crowd and doing the flow shots where you have this. I've been playing a lot with trying to get shots from outside, like a drone moving, you know, in 360 shots. You can tell what I'm playing with on there because it always comes through the videos. But that one was all mine. Instead of using a service to put something together, I did that on my own. So I was pretty happy with it, you know. But it took about 4 hours. So it's a slow process. But man, those video creation places now, you know, the ones that have AI and they put it all together, those things are getting like $30 or $40 a song. They used to be like $6, you know. Now they're just getting crazy. So I'm like, I want to make my own, you know. But it's so bizarre. Anyway, I appreciate you noting that. Suzanne, hey, it's great to see you again today. Thank you for the gifted membership. Great, like I said, great to see you too. Your avatar, I will remember forever too. It just it sticks out well with it. 9-pin, thank you. Hey, it's good to see you and dropping that super sticker too. Thank you for that. Girls love those, especially the little one loves them. So thank you. And Sister Sal, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you also. You guys who give gifted memberships, you know, it's a beautiful sentiment. It gives to other people. and it, it also supports the channel. So thank you. And it's great to see you too. Your avatar is always so happy. Like I said, thank you. Suzanne, thank you again. Appreciate the 5 gifted memberships there. Like I said, thank you. Gifted memberships not only help the channel, they give to others. And I love that. So thank you. Green Veggie, thanks for the 5. Her nails are done by her dealer. Her nail dealer? Allie, thanks for the 11. Almost 12 months. Almost a year now. She's totally delulu. Indeed. That it is very much. Some of the stuff she says is pretty crazy. Caroline, thank you for the 21 months. 21. It's now drinking age. That's amazing. Thank you. Be professional. Breathe like we gotta be a professional. Indeed. I was trying to be. Hazel, thank you for the additional 2 there. She's got money for online shopping. Indeed. That these two, you and Emmy, yeah, I think that's a good point. For myself, I don't like the kids. If the kids get so much, like I'll ask my oldest to do something. She does. She's funny. She's like, I'm gonna get something online. Like, what do you want to get? I'm gonna get something. Tell her every time she comes down here, she talks about Baxter Stockman. She's like, I want a Baxter Stockman figure, from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So we gotta get something like that. But for myself, I can't remember the last time I ordered something really, and I remember being again to the point where I couldn't eat. And that's a terrible place to be, where I'm choosing whether I have gas money or food money. When like I said, when my dad got sick, these people always bring up, Tugs at Bank. Yeah, when my dad, my stepfather, when he got sick, I used everything I had. And there were times, this is before the kids, but there were times that I would have to choose between gas money or food money. Because I'd need to go visit because, he was dying, and I'd gladly do it again. But I remember those moments. There was no money to buy other shit. There was nothing. So the statement that they don't have money, they can't do this or that. That's a bunch of bullshit. You don't live like you have nothing. Because I've been there. I've lived where I had nothing, and I remember it. And it's an awful place. I don't wish it on anyone either. That's not what I'm saying either. Just saying these people, they don't live like that. It's a lie. Yeenie, thanks to the 5. She doesn't realize that no trespassing sign, even though the gate is recessed in the property, trespassing sign on covers. That's right, exactly. That you are right in that. They can't be like, well, we put this in as a gotcha. That's just not how it works. Their understanding of the law is so stupid. Robert, thanks for 5. The reason they didn't go higher than 6 foot, she would have to pull a real permit. Yeah, well, you know what? One thing I've found with Otter Creek, they wouldn't have done anything about it, though. She could have put a 20-foot high fence out there. I doubt they would have done anything. But I mean, you're right, and they need a permit. But do you think they really would have done anything to her? I mean, with all the stuff that they've done, I'm shocked they didn't continue trying to build. The permit excuse, if the permit excuse wouldn't have been there, they would have tried something else, though. I am really curious on how they're going to try to explain away all that money that they pulled in. She stopped. Thanks, Bob. I have a special request. Can we get more? Oh, yeah. We consistent live with Tug, Megan, Jeremy, and George. Yes, the other night was pure comedic gold. I had a great time there. Like I said, I love seeing them relaxed. I love seeing them talking about these people and pulling out the hypocrisy. Just basically flipping the script, because these people, they have tried to burn their lives down, and they have tried to ruin them and say all these crazy things, attacking their fandom, attacking the people they care about, talking about ugly and fat and all this other nonsense. So it's fun to flip the script and to point back at them using their own words, and then they play victim. And I love to point out the hypocrisy in that. Like I said, I personally don't care how you look. I don't give a shit. You know, right now I'm overweight. I'm trying to get, I was down for a year. I get it. You know, we all have our thing. And who gives a shit? If you're happy or comfortable where you are, cool. If you're not and you can change it, But these people, they spent 2 years attacking all these random folks. And it's nice to flip that script and be like, fuck you, thing, How can you call somebody this when they pretended to be a 20-plus-year-old AI pitcher, and that's what they use to insult other people. And it's like, no, we found you, and you're not those things. So, did you see too? Oh my God. Did you see Marla trying to flip her script back? So she called out the the bank where the Fats, they actually have been commingling funds, right? She was like, well, the problem is, she brought this up on Guapo in the chat there. Well, she has decided now to do an about face and to be like, well, what would I know about that? I was just guessing. Yeah. And it's like, well, that's weird. So here's the statement, by the way. This is really funny. I'll show you. I love it. I absolutely love this. Look at this here. I believe Marla's always making a mess, though. Here's Marla. She's like, first, one comment only. There are IRS considerations since Lisa isn't an official charity. Everything is going through her bank account. She has to figure out that things work. And everybody's like, ha, 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 ha. And then she's like, oh, I was guessing, right along with everyone else. How would I know? How would I know how she manages her money? We've never even met in person. So she's damage controlling. It's hilarious. Her busy buzzy nonsense got her busted there. But yeah, thank you. I really do like that idea. Love, by the way, Suzanne, thank you for the 5. Yeah, indeed. Love that daddy tattoo. I thought it said something else at first, but when you said that, I was like, oh, it does say daddy. Jack's mom, thanks for the 2. I thought this was because it apparently is. It is. Yes, that's my bad. I didn't watch the video. I haven't seen it today. Like I said, I was doing stuff through the day. I get in, I'm going to go over this other stuff, and I get a video. So tomorrow night, I need to tell Megan we need to see about getting that and comparing them back to back. I think that would be fun. AKA, thanks for the 2. Maybe you wanted to read the signs. That's true. Those signs would be hard to read from the road, Maybe he was curious about it. Who knows? I mean, maybe he was over there to to hang out. Maybe again, he was collecting pieces of the fence. He was like, hey, I own part of that. Again, the antis did talk about repossessing her fence. So, Sheila, thanks for the 9 months there. I used to be co-owner of a repo company. We always sent out spotters for everything. Yeah, for cars, sheds, and yes, RVs. I still say that's exactly what I thought before. When I saw it, that's what I thought. I thought this guy is there repoing because he acts like a repo man. He pulled over, he's looking at stuff. It gives him a reason to be over there because like if a person is part of repo or whatever, they don't want to be noticed. So he goes over and he's just looking around. Plus I'd be curious what that thing is anyway, across the street. Then he walks over and he's looking around like he's trying to identify whether or not something's there. So that's exactly what I thought at the beginning. I thought that is a repo man. Or a repo spotter, at least. Emmy, thanks for the 5 there. Yeah, talking about the fence. Snakes can get out, turtles can, kid can, but she's worried about the dog. Indeed. Well, apparently that's a new worry, though. That's new because apparently it wasn't there before. Dan, thanks for the 5. I have a mold. Oh, yeah, this is about the melting clock. Yes, if you want to do that, if you could do one in red and white, like the umbrella color mask, that would be hilarious. You can make if you could make one that looks like the mask, that would be amazing. They'd make it on my wall, for sure. Because if you could add the yellow eyes with it and it looks like it's melting, that'd be amazing. But I like that idea. And like I said again, Megan said black and red. Hippie Witch, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Hippie Witch. and I appreciate you. It's great to see you. I love it when I see you guys. Like, I know your names. It's always entertaining there. What's up, We Dosed West Coast? Thank you for the 5 giftos. Oh, by the way, so Sexy Toast. I saw a couple of people being like, what's wrong? Why is there no Sexy Toast? Well, unfortunately, there is a fake copyright company that has tried to copyright the song with Sexy Toast. And it's not theirs, you know. It's not theirs at all. They have no claim to it. They have no claim to the original song or to the slow chop song. They're just one of those places that are out there in YouTube land. But unfortunately, as they've started flagging it, you know, I've got to find new music. So I'm finding some. I got to find something I like with it because I love the, you know, All Out of Love. I thought that was so funny with Sexy Toast is amazing anyway, but I like it with that song. So it's hard for me. It feels like sacrilege to change it too. Becky, thank you for the. Hey, by the way, I can't remember wheat toast. By the way, you just made me think about that. But yes, thank you for those 5 giftos, brother. Appreciate you. I said brother. I don't know if you're a guy or not. Brother, sister, whatever. Becky, thank you for the 2. This Boaks thing. This is all. Yeah, there's a lot of them. They think that. Walking up, they don't just think all of this is criminal. They think that you can hurt a person that walks up on your property, that you can pew pew them. That's a dangerous ignorance, you know, because they were talking about it with other people. They also got real butthurt that I pulled up their screenshots too. The people who said that, I'm talking about these people, they did. Oh, I think my screen is being stupid. So let's see. I may have a problem. I may have to shut down. I think my stuff is locked up. Shit. I hope not. Because I can't read my super chats like this. Yep, I've got a lot. Let's see if it comes back. If it weirds out on you folks, we'll see. Just give me a minute. Like I said, something is locked up, so I can't do anything. Yeah, great. I love that. I love it when your computer's like, oh, I'm going to halt everything. Let me see if there's a way I can. Actually, it's doing something. It's trying to bring things back up, but I don't know what it'll do. Because I apologize for that. Let's see. All right, there we go. Let's see what locked it up. Sorry about that. It just took me a minute to something I did. I think I've opened 2. Oh, yeah, I see. It was a screenshot. I brought up a screenshot, and I had so many opened already. It was like, I ain't opening that for you, boy. I didn't realize I had like, God, I had a lot. Let's just say. No, give me 1 second. I'm closing a couple of things out. I didn't realize I've had probably like 120 screenshots opened. And it was like, nope, we ain't doing that right now. So give me a minute. I'll pull that up again. I just thought that was funny. I was like, uh-oh, computer's gone dead for me. But yeah, they were talking about the this right here. They weren't very happy. You know what's bad is they'll make statements like this publicly, but then they're not happy that you show them. Again, they make public statements. You can always showcase them. But they're talking about Michelle having a pew-pew, a friend strapped to her side, and that video right there, that's what it's used for. That is not what it's used for. You idiots. You're going to convince her to hurt somebody. And when you do, they very much keep this kind of stuff, and maybe they can find you too, because you told her to do it. And she's dumb enough to do it. You all should be ashamed of yourself, you know? These people in that side, they are idiots. Martin, thank you for the 2 there as well. Oh, and yeah, for her story time, thank you. I will tell her she got hooked up with that. Thank you. Becky, too, thank you. I'm glad you mentioned they all think it's criminal, because it was a good thing to talk about with that. Shelly, thanks for the 5. Chalk paint for Buck. Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, we got a sidewalk out front, and every year in summertime, spring and summer, which we're rolling up on right now, we get out there and we get some amazing pictures by the little one. She is. Her Easter stuff is so cute too. If you're not on Facebook, check this out. I cover her face. I don't have to. It's a habit. I mean, you know, I used to never put out pictures that had the kid or anything even close to it, but other people started putting up pictures of my kids. So I was like, no, but I cover her face. But look at her little outfit. She's so cute. Like, check this out. Isn't that cute? That's her little pink outfit. She got a couple when she went out with my mom, when she went out with her Gigi, her grandma. But I thought that was adorable. That was one of her new ones. That'll probably be what she wears for Easter. I like it though. She's a cutie though. But her and Sissy, you know, Sissy got her some new ones there too. But she'll be out chalk painting and everything else that day as well. I imagine we'll have chalk paint all over the freaking dress and everything else too. It'll be fun. Puzzle, thanks for the 5. She's probably reacting to people saying the fence is for blocking the view of illegal activity. I like that. Illegals. she's afraid of illegals. Illegals. I like that. That's actually, I love that. If that's like a voice to, or if that was an accident, that is a beautiful accident. And if it was intentional, bravo, that's hilarious. Either way, it's really funny. She was probably like, we ain't got no illegals. William, thanks for the 5. Totally agree. I wouldn't even spend money on a haircut. Yeah, when I struggle to get by. Food, rent, utilities, farmer. That's why I have it's one. I used to, you know, grow hair out anyway, but I got to the point where haircuts were a luxury. Even when my kids were young, you know, YouTube really helped me out, because even with a professional job, you know, that still you could barely get by. Even then, when I started out after college, oh Lord, it was rough, you know. Even with a master's, I mean, that just, all that is, you know, it's more uncertainty. So I was really looking, you know, to make it, and, you know, I would do without. I'd still do without. Like with the girls, if they need something and we have issue, but haircuts, yeah, I gotta keep long hair. Now I'm used to it. I like it now, but it was part of it. Like you can see the one of the leaked pictures for work, you know, I had to get it cut with that, but I cut it at home. That's why it looks, you know, it's not the greatest haircut ever, because I do it myself. Because again, kids come first. But these people, they don't understand things like that, you know? They don't. They're never really struggling. That's why it kills me when these people, they talk about struggling, because you can tell none of these people, they're willing to take from others. You know, they're willing to screw people in the process, but they have never done without, because they'll take the last thing from somebody else. We've seen the ecosystem. Again, that one donor, they made it very clear. They took out a loan to provide money, you know, for the memorial bench, which again, you have no proof that ever exists. Still no proof. They keep saying that, you know, it supposedly exists. They supposedly put it out. It is now going on April of 2026. The barn was supposed to be completed in January of 2025. These donors, if any of these donors, they don't see the problem with this by now. Preston didn't get the money. A lot of the money went in the pocket. One donor is apparently never. I mean, they'll huff and puff and threaten anybody else that asks why they haven't done anything about it, but they've still never done anything. But still, they made a lot of noise, big kerfuffle about it. That big kerfuffle. I like that word. But yeah, she Paul thinks she still maintains that she didn't put the signs. Yeah, that's right. She does. Although she screwed up, you know. She's screwed up with some of them. William, thanks for the 5. With the jump cuts before the mystery man crossed the street. I wonder what they don't want to be seen. I was curious about why they didn't just keep a continual video, because it would have picked him up. You know, Paul, thanks for the 2. Never there in, oh yeah, the Collins video. Yeah, the box. You're right. This brand new box. I mean, the way she talked about it, that box in the middle of the fence had been there forever. And you're right. I've never seen it in the Thomas Collins videos. Never saw it in anything Travis has pulled up. Never seen it in other footage. You know, I don't remember it. So you're correct. I don't think it's ever been there before. Mall, thanks for the 5. If I wanted to see what was happening outside my gate, I'd have a camera pointed at my gate. That's right. Not just down the road. Yeah, see, their cameras have been there to catch Jeremy Hales driving down the road. That's why the cameras exist. Because there's never been any real harassment at their location. Why would I say that? Because if they had people banging on those gates and fucking around with them, they would put that video out and they would have video lined up. It caught them off guard that somebody showed up. You notice how fast that video came out too? Bam! Just like that. If they had video of people driving by and doing crazy nonsense, they'd be showing it all the time. Hey, Tuck, don't forget, JC hit the gate today of Willis doing fireworks. That's right. No box that day. Maybe that's why they have to tie the gate shut. The gap was there before, though. Now, I mean, that's a good theory on that, first of all. Sheila, thank you. But that gap was there before. And it's a pretty severe gap. Like it's been there. They've caused problems with it, and you can tell it's unbalanced. You know, they put it together. They don't understand. Like when you push it back again, there are simple ways when you design a fence. There are simple ways to set it and to lock it into position. Like when you roll it backwards. They could do this a few ways, a couple of cool ways, in fact, and, you know, ways that would cost them less than $20. But no, I think that problem was already there. But again, who knows? Susan, thanks for the 24, 2 years of plenty. Thank you. 2 years. That is awesome. Thank you. Tug, not the same box in the Travis video, much different than shown today. I'm going to do a comparison. I'm going to look at those boxes from that and see if I can, you know, just look at them and kind of do a zoom compare, because it's so far away. It's hard to tell, but I'm going to check that. Thank you. Sheila, thanks for the 5. Oh, I forgot. She told, TV channel 20 about the Blitzen box. Yes. She brought it up on TV, you know, she's brought it up, but like I was saying before, even if she didn't do that, she told plenty of people that the thing existed, you know, and that they could come by and do stuff. Again, when you make an announcement like that to the world, and then after the fact, you say, well, actually, it's not for that anymore. You can't threaten to undo people, you know, if you put something like that up and bringing it up first. I'm always shocked by some of this. I don't know why I'm shocked by these people anymore. But let's see, what the hell's have they put up their stream? Oh, there it is. What the hell's live stream? Wait, that's not the wait. Is that the right one? There's 2 of them showing. He's got a birthday stream showing too. Let me make sure. Let me check something real quick, okay? I'm doing my redirect, so it's already up. Yes, his birthday is coming up too. Oh yeah, that's wait. Let me make sure. That's weird. There's another video showing. As a what the hell's video? I'm gonna take a screenshot of this because I don't know who this other. I see the right one, right? But there's another what the hell's showing, and I don't know what that is. When I do redirect, a bunch of boxes come up and show me, like, you know, where I can redirect to. But there's another what the hell's showing up. with an upcoming live stream. That is really weird. I'm trying to see if I see it. You know, I don't know what I can't tell what it goes to. So I would link it and check, but I can't check. But that's very weird. Fallen Hero, thank you for the super sticker there. Thank you very much. And great to see you, Fallen Hero. Thank you for the super sticker too. The kids love it, like I said. Got there. Debbie. Thank you for the 9 months. Thank you. No mailbox. P.O. box only in Otter Creek. Yes. That is something I've been told by people in the know with that too. You know, 2-town box is not UPS. So that's interesting when people are like, we don't have them. So how do you go through mailboxes when nobody uses a mailbox? You know? It sounds like a false claim. Edie, thanks for the 2. I will check that out for sure, my friend. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. Hey, something to bark about. Thanks for the 5. Look, something to bark about. Give love to something to bark about. They got hurt. They had a fall, broke some ribs. Love to you. You know, check out their channel. Give them some love. Give them some views. And, you know, like I said, to tell them that they're there and you love them. Suzanne dropped another gifto. Thank you, Suzanne, as always, too. Love it. And again, that freaking avatar just sticks with me now. Ralph, what's up? Hey. How you doing, kiddo? What you got there?
My iPad that I can play this music game.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Don't turn the music on, though, okay?
Yeah, it's on there.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Yeah, it's one of those bouncing balls.
Yeah, I had this on my phone, and I still have it on my phone.
Okay. Well, some people sent some super stickers you'll get to check out. Somebody sent you some chalk money. So, you know, you get the chalk there, you write on the sidewalk.
Yes, I need more chalk.
Yeah, I showed them your pretty dress, too. You know, I put your pretty dress, that one. See that?
Yeah, you just put the little hearts on it.
Yeah, I put it over your face so we don't show you over your face there. It's pretty, but I don't want people to know exactly who you are.
And what about the other 2 pictures?
Well, you want me to show off all your dresses?
Yeah.
Well, I'll show them off another day. I'll show another one off and then another one, okay? How's that sound?
Another day and another day?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Too much cuteness will overload them. They'll be like, oh my goodness, it's too much. I can't keep going on.
Yes, you can. You can stick them.
They'll be like, oh, the cuteness. I'm going to fall over. I'm overwhelmed by the cuteness.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
That dress had a cross on it.
I know, it's very cute. All right, well, give me a hug. Give me a kiss. Let me finish these up. I don't have much time. Okay. I'm almost done.
Bye, everyone. I'm going upstairs.
All right, bye. Love you.
Thank you.
You close that door, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Ralph, also, thank you. I saw that yeah, it's not your birthday, but I'm 1. Exactly. 1 year there. And thank you, Ralph. You people that have, again, memberships stuff, that's amazing. Because I never thought that I would be able to sit down and cover this kind of stuff and just, you know, people would support the endeavor. And I'm very grateful for it. I am. That's why when I talk about like creators and stuff, I try to give creators decent advice. You know, I tried doing that the other day. I try, like, creators will hit me up sometimes and ask about things and tell them, always stay humble. Always appreciate. You can be joke, not humble, but be humble and be appreciative. And always remember that the people in the chat, they are the channel, not you. You know, so always appreciate them. JC, thanks for the 2. That's not a fence. I'd call it a billboard. Yeah, it looks like an old billboard at that. It is a mess, actually. They wanted it as a billboard. They were, until the big donor told them no on the signs they had already sold that were supposed to be on it. The banners, they were going to do that. But he told them, nah, you can't do that. It looks gaudy. And they blamed him for not doing it. But they pre-sold signs, so it was a billboard. It really was meant to be one. Something to bark about. Dropped 5 giftos. Thank you, something to bark about. Love to you, like I said, and love to you. Love to your channel, but also love to you. You need to get better. You take care of yourself and be careful. You know, be very careful. Daily dysfunction, 22 months. Professional. Indeed. Indeed. Dwayne dropping that 1 year as well. Thank you, Dwayne. It is great to see you as well, too. I like the Pooh team. The Boo team. Love it. Monica, thank you for the 17 months. Thank you for that, too, Monica. Very much appreciated. Sean, thanks for the 20 there. Get yourself something nice to give us a couple cups of coffee. It's not selfish to treat oneself. Love to you and the girls. Well, I appreciate that. You know, it's funny. The thing I wanted, there were maybe 3 things I wanted. I'll buy books and stuff, but I wanted a huge TV, that way when we play games with girls or watch movies, I could enjoy that. I got that. I wanted a nice chair to sit back in, where I could rest, fall asleep, feel good. I got that. And, everything else, like when I had something, like a lot of people, when they dream like crazy stuff. I want a sports car. I don't want a sports car, I want a car that's dependable. I wanted like those arcade 1-ups. I got a few of those. I found a couple on sale you get them for about $100, maybe 150. So I ended up like a Pac-Man. But one thing that I bought that cost I think it cost $300 was a Terminator 2 video game I could play with the kids. The old stand-up ones. So that was probably a few of the splurges. I try not to spend too much though. It was like birthday time, Yeah. But typically I try not to spend. I try to keep it for them, or I try to hold it, Ninja Puppy, thank you for the 19 months. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. 19 months is amazing. And that looks like one of those Labubu's. It's Ninja Puppy. That's what that looks like. Elfie, thanks for the 2 years. Thank you, Elfie. Mega missed out. Look into the next joint stream. Yeah, she's gonna have fun Monday though. We're gonna hit her with all this, and she will enjoy the heck out of it. She also, the funny thing is that document from Bruce, she hasn't gone through it all yet. She's been waiting. So she doesn't know. Sorry, I was eating. I was taking a supplement, so probably I was taking them a little bit early, like an hour early. But she doesn't know that he noted things like, again, last night we talked about this. She doesn't know that, God, is it being stupid again? There it goes. I think it's StreamYards that's acting up, actually. But she doesn't know that Bruce put in his filing that where the judge, where he didn't do anything, that he actually believed that the fine, the sanctions, the things that he was looking at, they'd actually been dispensed with. So she doesn't know any of that yet. It's going to be amazing. See, that's crazy too. Even the judge, Bruce is even saying, Judge, yeah, I thought you let me go. Doesn't that not sound like a indication of bias when even the other dude is like, yeah, I thought I got away with it. And the only reason it's happening is because somebody called the judge bias. Isn't that interesting? So that'll be fun. Night. What's up, Night? Great to see you. Thanks for the 2 there. Fleesa designed the gate to measure T's. Well, actually, they're a little more full and sportive. Perpetually puzzler, rather. Thanks for the 2. Eagles are necessary for stupid tip censorship. I see you. I got you. Actually, that does make sense. At one time they censored the words "clown world" for real. So I was streaming rather with Yellow Flash, and we were making fun of idiots, and we call them clown shows. Well, we were calling them, not just a clown show. We said they had a whole clown world. Well, we had a Google bot pop up, like a chat bot that was attached to Google, and it was apparently watching our stream. And when it popped in, it censored a bunch of words. But one of the things it would not allow people to type was clown world. It was one of the strangest things, and that's not normal. Yeah, Polar Spark, thanks to Bugs Pony Fun. That would be a nightmare because I'd end up taking care of it all the time. Yes, and hey, what's up? Yeah, by the way, thank you. You noted this too. You know, JH did remember a video showing everyone the park and their blessing box. That's awesome, by the way. I will, again, I appreciate it. Like I said, I hadn't seen it because I was behind today. But I ran across that. I would have never seen it otherwise. Give me a second. I'm making sure I haven't missed anything. You guys are funny, by the way. You all are. You'll send me some of the funniest stuff. All right. I think I'm good. I don't think I missed anything. It is time again. Remember, Hale's birthday is upcoming. So this should be interesting. But yeah, I'm going to send you over there. You got about 15 minutes. So you have time to get the popcorn ready. The Sunday night stuff is always funny too. You know, it's always good. I got another. But yeah, I'll let you guys go. And we'll see you tomorrow.